Lord have mercy. All right, good afternoon, good evening to everybody that is watching this live. We are back with another video. Let me tell you, I had to take a quick nap because we have been doing videos nonstop. We have been out and about doing videos, talking to people, interviewing people, taking phone calls. I did a restream earlier today, and you all watched it. And so we are here with another video. I am telling y'all, I am super excited. I think we reached another milestone today at 27,000 subscribers, and so we super excited. And we have been talking about some things, and we have been covering some topics, and we have been breaking some stories about this Tasha K and Von Ray situation, and a lot of things. So now we're going to talk about brother Armon Wiggins. Y'all know who he is. He's a YouTuber. He was on Twitter talking about Nicki Minaj is doing Payola, and that she had been nominated for an award for Song of the Summer, I believe, for the VMAs, and he accused Nicki Minaj of Payola. And I was like, no, that's not Payola. She was nominated for the award. The committee felt that her song was great. I was talking to a couple people in the industry. Her song is worthy to be nominated Song of the Summer, and their deadlines are different than the Grammys. And she fell between the deadline or before the deadline to get her song nominated for Best Song of the Summer. And I am a huge fan of Nicki Minaj. I think that she's an extraordinary talent. Her music is everything. And let me tell you, I love listening to Super Freaky Girl. I think that's an incredible record for the people to listen to and to dance to get your blood pressure up and be in a gym. And I think the song is dope. And I don't think that we should criticize Nicki Minaj because she don't deserve the criticism. Her fan has been purchasing the record. They're trying to make it go number one. Some people was accusing Nicki Minaj fans of Payola because they was out there trying to mass buy the record. And I was like, no, that's not Payola. Her fans want to pay for the record. Her fans want to go to the Apple store and pay for the record. And even when you go to Black Tea Blog, she was actually giving money away for people to go buy the record. I don't see no problem with that. If that's what you want to do and go and buy the record and you want to get a cash app from Black Tea Blog and you go buy the song, I think that's creative. I don't see a problem or issue with that because a lot of other people would be doing that. And it's so sad because of Cardi B. She tried to do a Roman Revenge record and it just did not go right. She tried her best to do a Roman's Revenge and try to do that alter ego, and she deleted the record when people wasn't paying attention. Did Armon Wiggins talk about that? No. He just commented on Nicki Minaj, talking about Nicki Minaj is accused of Payola, and have no evidence of that because you would have to show proof that she paid the producers. You have to show proof that she paid the committee. You have to show proof that she did all that. And if you don't have proof, why say that on your platform? So her fans definitely going to have it to go number one. I purchased the record. I think that the record is a good record. Also, too, I found out that Nicki Minaj, Super Freaky Girl, is number 10 on the Australian chart. And this is like her first number 10 record, close to number one in Australia in 11 years. So people are sucking up the song. And I think it's because it's a good sample with Rick James. Rick James was a world-renowned singer during his time and during his era. So I guess a lot of the Rick James fans was like, okay, I can really bump to this. You got Rick James vocals, you got Nicki Minaj vocals. I can really, really vote to this. And so I just think that Armon Wiggins is trying to get a response for Nicki Minaj, because let me give you a little backstory, because a lot of people don't know the backstory. Hashtag the backstory. Don't understand the backstory when it comes to Armon Wiggins' hatred for Nicki Minaj. One time he was a huge fan of Nicki. I remember he would, when I would call him, he would play Nicki Minaj records. He'd be dancing in the house, playing Pink Friday, was super excited for Nicki. He would quote lyrics of Nicki Minaj. When he would go to the club and he would FaceTime me, he's dancing to Nicki. He's shaking his butt to Nicki. But when Nicki Minaj blocked him because he decided to feel himself, he decided to diss Nicki Minaj on a video. He was starting to diss her husband and her family and her child. And so once Nicki Minaj found out that he was dissing her husband and her child, she blocked him. And ever since then, he has been in his feelings because Nicki Minaj has blocked him. And then also, he dragged Nicki Minaj because Nicki Minaj didn't allow him on Queen Radio because he thought he was deserving to be on Queen Radio because Kyle was on Queen Radio and because T.S. Madison on Queen Radio. And that was one of the reasons why he dragged T.S. Madison for filth. He dragged T.S. Madison for filth because Nicki Minaj did not allow him on Queen Radio. Now, if Nicki would have allowed him on Queen Radio, if Nicki would have gave him his props and shot him out on her page, if Nicki Minaj would have came on his station here, if Nicki Minaj would have came on his YouTube, he would have still been a Nicki Minaj fan. But once she blocked him, he immediately went to somebody else that's nowhere near Nicki Minaj's level, and that's Cardi B, you know, the game banker, the stripper. He immediately went to her and he started to cuddle up to her and said, you know what? I'm going to be allies to Cardi B because she didn't block me. She didn't trash me. I think I can cater to her for her to come on the show. And she never came on the show. Anytime that anytime that Cardi B got an exclusive, she's never on his show. Anytime that she got a new album or a new record that's coming up, she's never on the show. Never came on the show. He had a snippet of recording of Cardi B saying, I'm only talking to Armon. I'm only talking to Armon. Cardi B team, from my understanding, told him to take that down. Don't play that on the record because it doesn't make any sense. So take it down. And now he had to take it down. He couldn't even play it on his show. So we all know that Armon Wiggins is very desperate. And I heard the man got mad because I called his daddy Dusty. He got mad. Yo, listen, my people is everywhere. And so I'm being bombarded with messages saying he was talking about my mom and all that. That does not bother me. It does not bother me that you talk about my mom. That's not bother. It bothered you that I called your daddy Dusty. And so he was up in his feelings that I had called his daddy Dusty and just going on this whole entire rant. He can't take it. I mean, I could get a good joke. I can take it. I didn't call the man bad. I just called him Wrinkle and Dusty. And I stand by that. Anytime you take, you're a sad, pathetic father, you take your son to McDonald's and he couldn't get a Sprite. Why can't your daddy, why can't you allow your children to have a Sprite with their Happy Meal? Anytime I go to McDonald's, my mom always makes sure I have a Sprite. Make sure I get a drink. I don't just go to McDonald's and I just got to get a hamburger and about a 3-piece fry, just 3 fries and no drink. Made real sure. My stepmom never locked me in the attic and told me I couldn't eat because you eating so much and I have to lock the refrigerator. See, that's what he experienced when he was raised with his dad and with his stepmom. He couldn't really eat like that. He was locked in a closet and locked in a room somewhere. And that's why he's so bitter and angry, because it reminded him when he was so locked up in that room, in that cage, and couldn't really go out and eat. So that's what I heard. That's what I heard, child. That's what I heard. Let me slap this down a little bit. So that's what I heard. And he can't take jokes. I am a comedian. I think of jokes. Let's say anybody clap back at me or in my family, that does not bother me at all. I've been doing this long enough. I'm literally from the B sector, from the sector that all we did was just talk about each other constantly over and over. I have extremely thick skin in this business. Extremely thick skin. So make sure when you come in the room, make sure you thumbs up the video. And somebody said, Wiley, have been manic. No, I haven't. I'm so far from being manic. I'm just funny. All right. So now we're going to talk about Tasha K, she did something that did not surprise me. She went on Armon Wiggins' best friend channel, and I saw her on there, and because she had reached out to me, and I was like, "What's up?" She's like, "What's going on, Wiley?" I'm like, "Nothing. I'm doing my show." And so once I started doing the show, we had got an exclusive. And a close source was talking about Von Ray, how he was crying about the allegations that they put on him, about the plot. Listen to my words, about the plot of trying to take him down with an allegation. Because if you remember, Storm Monroe went live on his channel, and he said that they wanted to say that Von Ray put Chelsea head between the wash machine and dryer, and he forced himself on her, and that he pulled out his peen. And so we had an exclusive that Von was upset that Chelsea and Von went to court, and that she's trying to get him locked up. And and though I did not write the letter, somebody hashtagged the letter. Somebody hashtagged the letter. Somebody hashtagged the letter. I didn't write the letter to get Von locked up. I was supposed to write a letter saying that he broke his thing, that he is harassing Chelsea, and that he's doing these things to Chelsea, and he's harassing her, that he's causing problems in her home, causing her emotional distress. I know this to be a fact. I was supposed to write all that in the letter. And so I slept on it. And I was like, I'm not writing this letter, because the reason why I didn't write it is because I'm not trying to be a cause of a black man going to jail, a black man being arrested for an order of protection. Not going to happen. That's not going to happen on my conscience, that I write a letter to the judge and then my words are being used for him to be locked up. So one of my producers went to the court, and they are actually in court. It was actually in court, and Chelsea is trying her best to get Von locked up, because she was so extremely jealous and hurt that Von had moved on to a beautiful black woman. And then we was talking to Von Ray, and we know this for a fact. Von Ray came into our chat. I got the receipts to bag it up that was the real Von Ray. And don't test me, because I post it. He came into the chat and he denied the allegations that he did anything to Chelsea, and that his children is watching this, and it's very painful and hurtful. And so after I got through saying an exclusive about how, Chelsea had an abortion of her baby that she was pregnant with Von Ray, and that it was just a terrible situation. Posted the timestamp in that previous video, and then shortly after that, Von Ray came in and he started commenting, and we started pinning his comments. And so we started to notice Tasha K went on in the middle of the night, by the way, in the middle of the night. She went on our My Biggest Friend show. And so, of course, I did not end my show. I didn't end it because I'm like, I know it's some BS, and I know it's some funny and some BS. So once I got done with my 6-hour live, in which we held 800 people, 800 to 900 people, over 1,000 people watch our live. For 8 hours. For 8 hours, people was just consuming the content. So we was able to go and listen to see what she was talking about on Armon Wiggins' Best Friend podcast. So we went over there, and Tasha K said something that was so disturbing and so nasty. Tasha K said this, quote, I did not like Storm around my son. She said her son didn't like her. It was something weird about him. Maybe it's because I was molested as a child that I did not like Storm around my child at all. It was very weird. So she was alluding to that Storm is a pedophile. That's what she was alluding to when she said that around the child. And I was like, oh my God, Tasha, really? You are alluding that Storm can't be around children? That's what you're alluding on the platform? I'm like, wow. And when I heard that, and when you go to the timestamp, I listened to her words, and I paused, and I'm like, you really are saying that? Yeah, I was so nervous. I did not want him around my son. It was some weird or something like that. Maybe it's because when I was molested, I felt weird energy. You're alluding to that man cannot be around children. That's what you was alluding to. And I literally, my mouth dropped, and I'm like, what? What are you saying? Wait a minute. Really? What? I said, wow, this lady is really putting the gloves off. And she said, then you had Queen Tulsa. First of all, let me say this. when she went on the show, she did not interview with Armon Wiggins' friend only. This man had about 4 or 5 people on this panel. One person, Mike, was messing up. And then you had Queen Tulsa interrupt the interview talking about, when you going to talk about my story? Tasha, can you talk about my story? Just derail the thing. And I'm like, why would you, if you have Tasha K, let me say this. If I had Tasha K on the platform, which we had on the platform many times, we had Storm on the platform many times, I make sure that it's just me and the guests. I'm not having no co-host. I'm not having no panel. I'm not having people to beg her to do an interview. I'm not having none of that. You come on my channel, it's just me and you, and we just doing our interview, and we're talking about it, and we're diving into the topics. Because when she went over there, it was about 4 or 5 people, and you really have to listen to take the notes. So they asked Storm, they asked Tasha about Storm going on my Wiggins platform. Listen to me clearly. She said that he's weak and that he was very weak, that they did it too quick, that they could have shut down the internet if they would have did it, would have waited. She said, why would you go on Armon Wiggins' platform? She said, because he called you a coward. He called you a B. He said he would never respect you. He called you all these names. And she said, I know I trained him better than that. But now, if I get another mentee, I really got to make sure check on my training, because this man, he went on my Wiggins platform very, very weak and very, very childish. Very, very weak and very, very childish. So then she said that, she said she felt some type of way, when Von Ray was in his white car and when he was in his all white. She said it caught him off guard, that pretty much had Tasha K looking like, oh my God, this man is extremely sexy. And then she was like, that Chelsea was willing to put the P word on him, Punani on him, and all of that. Then she said she have recordings of Storm and Von Way gossiping, and that she has some secret recordings of them. And then that's pretty much what she said. Then she said that he worked at the post office, et cetera, et cetera. And then she said, well, I don't think Von Ray is a R word. I don't know. He's not that. But this is the thing, Tasha K. We're talking about the plot of saying that he was. The plot of bringing him down. And so I get a message. It was like, do you agree with what she said over there? What do you think should happen? And I said she should have went on her platform to denounce that, to clear Von Ray's name, because you literally said it on you. One thing I admired about Storm Monroe is that he went on his page and he said what he said on his page with all of his support. Don't try to go to a third, fourth party, fifth party and try to say, well, he's not really that. No, the question I would have asked is, what about the plot? Did you threaten him with the plot of taking down Von Ray? Not saying Von Ray is the R word, but the plot of putting a rumor out there on him. Did you threaten Storm Monroe with the plot? And obviously it happened, because Von Ray even admitted that it happened back in January. And we talked about that and we dived into that, because I listened back to the timestamp at the 1 hour to the 1 hour and 45-minute mark on the video that he did back in January. We dived into that you was going to say that Von Ray had his ping out, and Storm Monroe said he had his ping, that they said that he had his ping out and got on top and forced himself on top of Chelsea. And then we had a message of what Chelsea said, that he was aggressive the last few days while they was in the house, that he was aggressive when they was in the house. She said this quote. This is what Chelsea said back in January. Von, I couldn't go home because of how aggressive you were being the last couple of days. And Storm again brought my wounds to the internet for no reason. I pray God release us from you. So, and then also it's another comment of what she said on my channel about how he had her pent up on against the wash machine and try to force himself on her. So I was saying this, Tasha, you did all that. You should have went on your platform and cleared it up, because it's a rumor that's still out there. And it's a rumor that Storm put out. And I wonder, did she throw Consciouz TV and Storm Monroe under the bus? Did she throw them both under the bus? Because when she said that, pretty much denied that, it literally denied that Storm Monroe and Consciouz TV was thrown under the bus, that they are liars. So it looked like that she threw them under the bus. And when I heard that, I'm like, wow. I tried to call Consciouz, he didn't answer. And I wanted to know, how do you feel to get thrown on the bus by Tasha K? How do you feel, Storm Road, to get thrown on the bus by Tasha K? And then they asked her a question about me. Why my name is being brought up, I have no idea. But they brought me up in the interview. They said, what do you think about Wiley? And is he still your mentor? Wiley has potential. Wiley is cool. Wiley is Wiley. This is what Wiley does. I don't send Wiley, like, I don't talk. Contrary to popular belief, me and Wiley doesn't talk like that. And if I feel like he did something wrong, then I reach out to him in a text message. And I was like, I'm so glad that Tasha told the truth, because that's been the magnitude of our relationship. Y'all thought it was a mentee, mentor, all that. No, it was like she sent a camera. She'd get on the phone with me every once in a while when she sees something that ain't right. And I remember she called me because it was a video that I disagreed with her on months ago, sometime this year. And she called me, ring, 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 ring. I'm like, hello. Hey, Wiley, this Tasha. I saw your video and I'm disappointed. I'm like, why are you disappointed? You know who you reminded me of? Armon. I'm so disappointed in you. You remind me of Armon. And she was talking about a video that I was criticizing her on, and she didn't like that. And she didn't like that at all. But I've always came out when I feel that Tasha K wasn't right, and I will criticize her on it. Just like it was a plot saying that Daytime Tea Time was going to that paid this trade person a couple of thousand, like $5,000, I believe. And so she came on the show, and I said on my show, I said, I don't believe that Candace Daytime Tea Time did this. What do you mean? What? This is Tasha. What do you mean? What? How you know she didn't do that? I said, I don't believe that's in her character. She's a nice Christian woman. She's married. I don't believe that she'll be as dirty to play a blogger, to put something out, put rumors about you. I don't think that's in her character. I don't believe that's under Armon Wiggins' character to pay a caller to do that. I don't think that was right. And then she didn't believe me. Cut me off, didn't believe me at all. She was really, really mad about that. And I said, it's okay. It's just my opinion. Now, months later, when stuff started to come out, it started to come out that the trade person was lying, that he was not telling the truth. So I was on the right side of history. The reason why I'm not taking Tasha K side with this whole Storm Monroe piece, because it seems to me that they are trying to paint Storm as to being this liar, to being crazy, to being a pedophile. That Tasha K is trying to paint that way because she's mad that Storm Monroe left, and not only did he leave, she went on he went on Armon Wiggins' channel. Now Tasha K got this weird thing with Armon, like she'll call him, she thinks he's talented, but she don't like him reading her, but she'll still call him and stuff like that. And I've been knew this, and when Armon would say, "Oh, I've been on the phone with Tasha K and with Larry Reed," and she called me, she said, "You know what, Wiley, I'm gonna be done with Larry Reed, because I didn't say that. I didn't say I was gonna fly Armon Wiggins down to Atlanta. Why would I say that?" Chelsea said, "Yeah, because I said if the ticket was on my desk, I would throw it in the garbage. If I had to go book a ticket for a mile, because it'd be thrown in the garbage." And they were talking to me on the three-way. And I said, Tasha K is fine. As soon as she got off the line, I said, I ain't believing none of them. Whatever you want to do. No, before I got off the line, I said, Tasha, that's your platform. If you want to bring Armon Wiggins on your platform, that's your baby. That's your platform. I ain't got nothing to do with you. If you want to bring them to your platform and all that, it doesn't matter to me who said it or not. Doesn't matter to me. You could bring whomever on your platform, because guess what? That's your show. You paying for your lights. You paying for your camera. That's your husband. That's your production team. Go and do what you got to do. Go and do what you got to do. I'm still gonna do what I'm gonna do. And so we have always, and then once that situation happened, shortly after that, that's when Storm and Tasha started to break up. He started to distance himself. He started to call out Chelsea, and all of that situation happened. And now we hear, I'm glad, because she probably would have put a rumor out on me. Oh, he was weird around my son and all that type of stuff. Like she's putting that on Storm, because now Storm was around Tasha K, and Storm was around her children. So now this woman is putting all type of stuff on here. But they will do that. I'm not dumb. I know certain women when it comes to what they believe as you must be gay, I'm gonna put some rumors out you. You know, most historically in the gay community, a lot of people think that gay people cannot be around children. You know, you have people that don't even want gays to adopt children. So for her to allude to that, I think was low down and dirty. It was really, really low down and dirty. And I said, that's another reason why I'm glad that we did not get into an association, that I didn't attach myself to something like that. I'm really, really glad. And then of course, you know, I'm just really, really saying this. I'm hearing it all. And I'm seeing all this stuff. And you know, being in this business, you will know what would be the right way to go, what would be the wrong way to go. And I knew then, I said, I'm not going to be associated with this. And so what we did, we started focusing on our platform. We purchased a new computer. We purchased a new PC. We purchased a new equipment. We bringing back the green screen. So I started to just invest in my platform on my own. And I said, I'm just going to get it on my own. And then God have truly blessed me with people that come along the way. And they would say, well, this is a great idea. And so one person had an amazing conversation, and this person is really big on YouTube, and I'm going to keep it private. I ain't saying the name, but they're really big on YouTube. And they told me, they said, listen, Wiley, I'm going to be real with you. You're talented, but you got to be consistent on YouTube. Don't stop. I know you like this. Let me tell you, you keep being consistent, you will be rewarded for that. So I came and I announced to the audience, I said, listen, we're going to do a nonstop August with content. So came out, did it. Now we're up to 27,000 subscribers. Now we're up to over 60% up in viewership. People are subscribing, people are watching. The views have increased up to 60% overall. And I'm like, this is so incredible. And that person called me, really big YouTuber. I was shocked that they called me. And they gave me that advice. And I followed through with it. And I did nonstop August, nonstop content. And it actually worked. It actually was provided. It actually happened. More people are commenting, more people are calling in. It actually worked. So you don't necessarily need a Tasha K to be under that leadership, that when something's going on with her, that you have to, you know, be her guard dog. She's all cool with you as long as you're doing what she wants you to do. And I knew I was going to fit with that. And not at all. I'm not going to fit with that, because sometimes I'm not going to pick up their battles. Sometimes I'm not going to go back and forth. And no, I'm not going to call Storm Monroe gay and all of that. I'm not going to do that, because I don't know what that man would sleep with. If he say he's straight, I have nothing but to respect that. I'm not going to put that out there and drag him out there, degrade his name. That's not me. That's not in my character. Storm never did anything wrong. He have been absolutely nice. He's been a gentleman, and he's been very consistent with his attitude towards me. So why would I join the people to call him out his name and call him gay and all that? Because I feel like that's wrong, because you're weaponizing being gay. If being gay is right, we shouldn't have to weaponize that and put that on somebody, right? Because if it's being right, it is what it is. And so when all that was being said, I said that it was good that, you know, Storm Monroe went away and that he branched off, but now he's going to have to deal with the whole Tasha K. And then when he went on Armon Wiggins, it kind of amplified that. So now he's gonna have to like deal with all of that when it comes to women coming at him and saying that he's weak and all of that. So now he had to, you know, deal with that. And another thing, you know, Armon Wiggins' best friend didn't like that Armon Wiggins interviewed Storm and had Storm on his show, because he's disrespectful to Storm and saying all type of stuff to Storm. And he was mad that Armon Wiggins interviewed Storm Monroe, and he mad about it. He was really, really mad about that. And then his callers was really, really mad about that he interviewed Storm Monroe. And so now I put the friend in a other frenzy, and it's like, oh my gosh, like what really, really happened? But I knew that was going to happen, because, you know, the friend really doesn't listen to Armon Wiggins at all. He really doesn't pay attention to him. He really doesn't the man have like a 30, 40-minute intro before he gets to the top. You literally have to sit to this man whole entire intro just to get to what he's talking about. But to his credit, it was him that posted a receipt of Storm Monroe. It was him. And many people said he should have been invited to the conversation, because he pretty much posted all of that out there and got the conversation going. And somehow they did not come on his platform. They treated him like a stepchild. But you did all that. And I was laughing because he was mad that he was like, oh my God, did that really happen? I'm like, y'all don't talk. He didn't call you and ask y'all, is that cool? Or how would you feel? Or something like that. Okay. It is what it is, baby. It is what it is. We're gonna open up the phone lines and allow y'all to call in and give y'all thoughts. And y'all can call in and talk about that. And yeah, man. I said, woo, thank you. I'm gonna open up the phone lines and see if y'all want to call in. But like I said yesterday, I had an amazing good source. And as soon as I started leaking that information, she went right over there and did the show because I'm not gonna be at Storm Monroe hate page because I don't have a problem with Storm Monroe. I don't have a problem with him at all. Give me a second. Let me and then this is what I want to say. So then she said, did Marquise Wiley, Wiley, let me say my first name. Did Wiley get the mentee package? And she was like, no, I just sent my camera. She said, I'm done mentoring gay boys. And the gay boys is on the panel was laughing. I'm like, that was homophobic. you literally, but you would go to a gay person channel to get your narrative out there. But they was balling laughing. I'm like, that's disrespectful and that's homophobic. But that's how some women would get. It didn't surprise me at all. It didn't surprise me at all that she said that. It's a lot of women that don't like gay boys. They deal with them, but as soon as they go against what they want them to go against their narrative, then now I'm done with gay boys. But then she had to get her makeup done by a gay boy. Oh man, I'm just like I'm laughing at it all.
Your show now, press 1 to hear important.
Your show is scheduled to start in 27 seconds.
Okay. They said no refunds. Exactly. Because I know I didn't do nothing wrong. All right, we got the phone lines open up. Wiley, Tasha has always said public stuff.
We are sorry, but we're experiencing a problem with our system. Please try your call again later or report a problem through the Blog Talk Radio webpage.
Give me a second.
To start your show now, press 1.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
All right.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Here we go. The number is 646-716-8447. Was she joking when she said that? No, she was not joking. She was not joking. Okay. 5996 caller, you on the air.
Yes, hello. My name is All About the Trees. People call me Trees for short. Thank you for accepting my call. But I have a few points because I watched your premiere of your show. I was calling when I was doing my commentary about the unfolding events. And I just want to say that I really don't care for you, don't like you that much. However, I love Sean Davey. I just need to say that. And I don't appreciate how you kind of played him close in regards to not being honest about you guys' association. But that's neither here nor there. I just needed to say that.
Play who close? Who are you talking about?
The beef that you had with Sean, because you lied on Sean, and I don't appreciate that because Sean is my boo.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Lied on him about what?
That was a previous situation.
Lied on him about what?
Previous situation. About you having intimacy with him.
I never said that.
You don't remember that?
I never said that about him. That's what he said.
You never said that about him?
No.
Well, Sean made that clear on the station head, and you apologized. I believe that.
I apologize because that's what he think, and I have no control of what he think.
Okay, so where did he get that from?
Out of his butthole. I don't know.
out of his butthole. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to remain cordial and calm. I just wanted to point out that I did enjoy, because he just doesn't pull things out of his ass. I mean, he has a chiseled body, but
what does that have to do? What does that have to do? What does that have to do about Tasha K? I'm not understanding.
Okay, well, that's what I'm getting to. I just wanted to, clear the air.
Okay, get to that, because that's the topic.
Okay, but you don't have to rush me, Wiley. You don't have to rush me. Seriously.
Okay, let's go to the next caller. 0235, caller, you on air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Was that Tulsa? Was that Queen Tulsa?
I have no idea.
Girl, that was messy. No, but listen, I gotta get on Armon for a second. He needs to stop for real, because his boss, Cardi B, is the definition of payola. Armon, just stick to talking about Nicki, because she makes way more views than your music video. You need to stop. And tell Cardi to stop copying Nicki about her alter ego Roman. She's so, it's too messy right now. But anyway, listen, I think it's very sad. I feel very sad for Vaughn, because he is getting harassed over he said, she said. And the only person that can clear this up is Storm. Storm, you opened this whole can of worms, and you're the only one who can close it. So I just need him to stop with the subliminals, stop going on to people's platforms in the chats and not call in. You need to address this, because the man's life is being ruined over the allegations that you claimed. That's all I gotta say, Wiley. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. That's really, really a good point. Anonymous, you live on air.
Hi, Wiley. This is Queen Tulsa. That wasn't me that just called in. I was calling in because I was on the panel last night with Tasha K. My issue is, chat, don't, just because somebody calls in, that does not mean it's me. I want you to cover my story, the Queen Tulsa attack, the hate.
Anonymous, you live on air.
Good evening, Wiley.
Hey.
Look, Wiley, I really care for you. I'm talking about, in a way where this couldn't be good for your health. It's just petty. I don't like to see you even being in this stuff. I know you have a show to do, Wiley, but don't do it. Don't do it. This is not healthy for you. This is not healthy for you. It's too messy. That woman that called, lady, you have no right to be calling somebody's show and disrespecting him, and then you're going to say that you're being cordial. You weren't cordial. You were being really messy. So don't call the show with your messy. You're calling somebody else's show being messy. But Wiley, yeah, you don't need this. I'm just saying you don't need this. I watch your show and stuff. I don't even know what's going on, but I know that it's he say, she say from what you were saying, because I'm so busy looking in the comments. These people something, but you don't need this, Wiley, and I care. I care. You don't need this. It's not good for your health. So that's all I want to say.
All right.
Take care. I love your hoodie. I love your hoodie.
Thank you.
All right. Good night.
All right. Bye-bye. And see, that was another thing that she brought up to Tasha. She was like, she was like, are you going to talk about my story? And Tasha was like, send me an email. Then Queen was like, can I audition? Because Tasha was like, I'm gonna get into movies and reality shows. So this Queen, you need to put me in, and I'm a celebrity. Like, you guys, listen, you can call me a troll, but I would never, ever call into nobody's show trolling. I don't do that. I don't call into Armon Wiggins show. I don't call into Storm Monroe's show trolling. And see, if you want to be a respectable blogger, you would invest in your platform, invest in your talents, and you wouldn't have to go from channel to channel to channel. And then when you go to your channel and you do your clicks and views, you don't get no clicks and views because people don't respect you. I don't do that. Anytime that I have how I've grown is because I put the energy into my platform. You don't see me going over to other people's platform. It's an honor and a privilege to get me to grace my presence on your platform and showing up on your show. I get invitations all the time They say, can I interview you out? And I declined them because I'm too busy building my own show. It's the way that you do it. And if you want to troll on your own show. Get on your own camera, get your own lights, and you troll. That's how you do it. But trolling on somebody else's show makes you weak, makes you strong when you do it on your own show. Anytime when I get on here trolling, sit on down, baby. Anytime I get on here trolling, I get to click in the view. And then I get to click in the view. I don't go on other people's channel trolling. I get the clicks in the views. Oh man. Okay, 9542.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Hey, all right, the Cardi B and Armon thing, you know, this is just like borderline like weird because this is Nicki's time. She put out a couple of good songs, people are feeling them, and they're starting to recognize her. And on top of that, this is just her time. Every artist has their time when it's their time. So this is just her time right now. And Armon, to me, he's using the same tactics. All the things that people accuse Cardi of, he's trying to put them on her. And it's just like, come on, dude. It's not that serious. Cardi and Nicki will probably be friends one day. But, you know, you doing all of this extra carrying on, it's not even... No one would take you seriously. The only people that really, I think, taken seriously is maybe Cardi B's fan base. But other than that, nobody's taking that seriously. Nicki doesn't have to do Payola. And I'm not saying she's above it. I'm just saying she doesn't have to. She has a very strong fan base that just will get on there and just, you know, spam Nicki all over the place. And that's why she's popular right now. It's because she has such a strong fan base. And when Nicki makes music, I don't think Nicki makes music anymore. Maybe that she had her time doing that. But right now, it seems to me, Nicki's just making music that she likes and that she thinks her fans would like. So she's not catering to nobody else. She's catering to her fans. This is all about her fans. And you could tell by the type of music she's putting out, the type of visuals she's putting out. She knows what they want. So Armon is a fanboy. I believe that in my heart. I do not believe that he's going around bumping Cardi B everywhere he goes, but I do believe he is shaking his behind to a lot of Nicki Minaj in private and sitting in a quiet place listening to her show. Okay, so anyway, other than that, okay, Wiley, I'm a wino. I love Tasha. But what I don't like is when she gets in that vindictive mode, she doesn't have a boundary. I don't believe that she wanted to plot with Chelsea to put rumors on Monroe like that. Now, as far as like dragging him and stuff, yeah, of course, that she's not above that. But as far as putting this rumor out, I don't think she would do it. But what she said about Storm, you had nothing but good things to say about this man until the end. And then now for you to come out and say, put that on Storm, it's just like, come on, Tasha. Why do you always have to sink so low? That was low. And that was the whole thing with this whole thing with her accusing Vaughn. She knew that if she didn't speak on it, that people were going to turn on her. Like, damn, you doing this to a black man and you talk about black issues on your channel and you say you love us as a people. So she had to come out and say something about that Von Ray situation. I'm glad she did. But at the same time, you have to go there all the time. You have to go to the lowest of the low. All Storm said about you, he called you up a couple of B words. He maybe he did make up that whole thing about, you know, you and Chelsea once said. Maybe that was a lie, and that was an egregious lie. But for you to put the fact that you didn't trust your children around him after you had your children around him for all these years, that doesn't make him look bad. That makes you look bad. So, you know, that's all I have to say about that one.
Yeah, that was like
but
a low. That was like a low blow. Saying I felt weird with him being around my son, and then she said when I was molested as a child, that's probably why. Like you're alluding to him being a pedophile.
That was the whole thing. It was like, nobody believes that. Nobody believes that Storm was any harm to any children around you. But see, you come out and then you put that on him, knowing that you were alluding to that. I don't know what. I think Tasha is just like Armon. When they get hurt, like they get hurt in their soul, where there's no boundaries. Like right now, you eligible for anything. And that's why them two don't get along. Because they both have that same trait. They will go super low when they feel like they've been wronged or hurt by somebody. And that's the part that people, I think, don't like about her personality. Now, we like her. She's entertaining. We F with her. We watch her show. We're, I'm a member. I have PK Live on my phone. I watch it all the time. I don't miss Fuck Me Friday. But you continue down this route, doing stuff that's so obviously dirty, things that really should be beneath you right now. These are things that occur in the beef sector. And I think that that's her problem. She just cannot stay out that beef sector. She can't. I don't know what it is. It's like you could take the person out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out the person. And while we love her realness, nobody likes the dirtiness, Tasha. No, none of us like when you go that low. We like the funny stuff. We like the trolling. We like the mess. But when you try to just come for people on that level, jail, they always put things on her like Tasha wanted to put somebody in jail. Tasha accused somebody of molesting. Like, come on, Tasha, stop it. Just stop it. I know she's listening. And you need to stop because it just makes you look bad. It doesn't give you any props. No one thinks Storm is like that. Nobody. We're not even gonna have a show about it because it's just so far-fetched. And God forbid if he was one, you just made it, you just like took all the like the suspicion off of him because we know you're full of SHIT. So that's all I have to say about that, Wiley. But I'm glad that you're separated. But in the same time, like I said, I believe somewhere down the line, you guys are going to come in the middle. I really do.
Yeah.
All right, Wiley. Well, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye. Okay. 3172.
Hello.
Hi, Will to the Wiley Show.
Okay, Wiley. Hello, Wiley.
Oh, good. Hello.
So here's my thoughts. I don't think Tasha K lied. I don't think Storm lied. But who is the liar, right? So what if Vaughn is the one that's lying to everybody, even to you?
Well, for me, Consciouz confirmed Storm Monroe.
Right, but have you ever dealt with a master manipulator before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, you wouldn't understand.
Okay. And your point?
I'm just trying to throw it out there. I'm just trying to get people to think.
We thinking. We listening to what you got to say.
Well, that's all I had to say, Wiley.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
2435.
Hello, Wally.
Yes.
Calling in just to let you know I agree with you.
That was it?
No, a lot of people are tripping, especially Tasha K. Like, you could tell that she's a scorned woman and that she hasn't dealt with her past childhood trauma. So the easiest way is to relate it onto somebody she doesn't like. And I think that that's what she's pretty much doing with Storm.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. Yes. Thank you so very much for calling in.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Oh, man. I am enjoying the callers tonight. Share this live. People like the video. Y'all need to like the video. We got about 8 callers. If y'all want these 8 callers, like the video and subscribe. All right. How many moderators? How we doing with the likes? Let me know in the chat. Like the video. It is free to like. Do. All right. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Yes, Wiley. So you're saying that celebrities can't be attacked? I am a celebrity and I was attacked.
Okay, thank you.
And what
All
if I
right,
want
thank
to be
you,
on the
thank
lady
you,
show
thank
or
you,
not?
thank you, thank you. 1167, call you on air. 1167. Are you not ready? You got to turn me down in the background, mute me in the back. Turn your TV off because this is live. 0172.
Wiley,
Yes.
listen. I'm speaking now as a mother and a grandmother. You cannot trust everyone around your kids. What she said about not having Storm around her kid, as much as I don't care for her, I have to agree with her. People on here saying, oh, their Storm is not like that. They don't know Storm. We see you guys on here. We don't know you guys. We don't know you. We don't know Storm. We don't know Armon. No, I'm not going to have them around my kid, especially boy or girl. No. So I have to give her the right with that one. You don't leave. And there, or someone said, Storm was a social worker and he was around kids. Yes, but you don't know his background. You don't know what he has done before that he didn't get caught. Look at these priests and pastors. They're all in the church preaching to God, but they do things to people's kids. So you cannot blame her for not wanting him. I wouldn't want him around my kid. I wouldn't want you, Riley, or Armon, or none of you bloggers around my kid. I don't know you guys. I only see you on here. I don't know what you're capable of. I don't know what people have done in the past, but never get caught. So you think that they're just so nice. Because I don't know why someone would see Storm on here on his blog and say, oh, he wouldn't do that. He's not that type. They don't even know him. They don't know his background and what he has done before. Everybody don't come and tell you that, oh, I've done this and that. All the good criminals never get caught. They don't get caught. They keep doing their stuff and they know how to be manipulative and do their stuff. So I have to give her props for not wanting to leave her kids, her son, and hopefully her daughter too, around Storm. You know, you have to give her that one. People need to stop with the, oh, he wouldn't do that. He don't look like that type. You don't know him. I don't know him. I look at him and he look creepy to me. I wouldn't leave my kids around him at all. I don't even want him at my house. So that's all I have to say.
Okay. Thank you so very much. So give me your thoughts. That's sad because, yeah. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Hello?
Hi, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Yes, I wanted to say, with Storm Monroe, I'm proud that he left that camp, and I feel a little sorry for him right now because if you go to his lives now, you'll see that he's traveling a little bit, and to me, he may be scared that just like Ron Ray, something may happen to him. And I just pray that, you know, God takes care of him because you can tell that he's scared. He thought one weekend he was, I think he was in Mexico, and now he's in another hotel this weekend. And before that, he was in another hotel or an Airbnb with a friend. So I hope he's doing okay, and I pray that God gives him protection. And I'm glad that you, Wiley, came around to see that Tasha K is something else. Thank you. Have a blessed night.
All right. Thank you so very much for tuning in, giving your side of the story. Thank you so very much. Okay. All right. We're going to go to the other topic here. Thank you. Anonymous, you live on air.
Yes. Hello, Wiley.
Yes.
Wiley, these people have lost their mind. First of all, I'm about to sit here and wake it up, Wiley, because I can't. Tasha K is out of line. She's out of line. Maybe you sat here and said you can't trust people around your kids. Well, we all know that, first of all. But let me tell you something. If Tasha K alluded to this man being a child abuser, see, do y'all see the pattern here with this woman? Tasha K, if you thought that Storm Monroe and you were so uncomfortable with him around your kids, why didn't you void the contract? you continue to work with him. So what does that say about you? See, Wiley, this woman is psychotic. She was on that panel last night, just still running her mouth with no freaking receipts. My thing about it, Tasha K, if you thought something like that about a person, why would you continue to work with him? So there you go again, lying. Just lying. You want to diminish this man's character and sit here and spew out all kind of lies on there. Let's just sit here and talk. Let's talk about the real now, Tasha K. Let's talk about the real. You said Monroe was weak for going on Armon Wiggins' panel because Armon Wiggins has sat here and talked trash about him. What did that other content creator do to you? Did he ever talk trash about you? Yes. So my thing about it, Tasha K, what does that make you? Everything you said about Monroe, everything you said about that man, it goes back on you. And now, see, Wiley, let's talk about the real team. Tasha K is scared of Armon Wiggins. I don't know what it is, but if y'all have not been paying attention, and Monroe said this, Tasha K has no energy whatsoever for Armon Wiggins. She'd rather get behind the scenes and do secret phone calls. Tasha K, why didn't you come and tell the people that you do secret phone calls with Armon Wiggins? And Armon Wiggins clearly said today, Wiley, that he told Kingpin, watch out for her, watch out for her. Tasha K doing this to fight Monroe. So now you go and work with the person who just sit here and make videos and obsess over him all day. So is that the new mentee? Is that the replacement? Is that the new Monroe? So you couldn't get Wiley on your string or whatnot, thinking you're trying to spite him going talking to this other person. But Tasha K, people see right through it. You sat there on a panel. Somebody on that panel last night, Wiley told Tasha K, they just, do you have something to say about her? To somebody who was talking trash about her, and they was like, well, you can say it to her face. This woman went and on a panel full of people, Wiley, who was just talking about her, laughing up and trying to talk to Monroe, saying it's real, it's real. There's nothing real about that. It's fake. Tasha K, if you was as real as you say you was from Florida, she ain't from no Florida, Wiley. We don't get down like that. If you're talking about me on a panel, guess what? I'm going to go up here and say, what was said? I'm not going to sit here and kiki with you because we don't like the same person. No, I'm going to go ahead and tell you how I feel about you. If she was real, she would have went on that panel and told that Kingpin person what she felt about him. And then go sit there and talk about Monroe. But if you pay attention, the Kingpin person didn't say nothing. You got this woman up here with this wig and this bra on, making a foolery out of the panel. Tasha K, you look like a clown on that panel, just like the rest of them. So at the end of the day, Tasha K, you up here putting stuff on Monroe, saying that, you was afraid for your kids or whatever. Why did you continue to work with him? Do you throw all these allegations and when people come and question you, you got a problem with it? You are a sicko woman. You are a sicko. And now I see why Cardi B sued you for that $4 million. You are disgusting. And if y'all sit here and continue to support that foolery that woman did, something is wrong with you. Good night, Wiley. She got me mad now.
All right. Oh man, let's go to the phone lines. 4636, caller, you on air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
I'm calling in because it's really sickening to me how, 2 days ago it was they wanted me to say Von Ray, our word, Chelsea, and then you're saying you're going to get your attorney because you didn't say this, but then you turn around last night and you pretty much do the same thing because you're saying you don't want this man around your child or you never trusted this man around your child, but you never said any of this stuff. Neither one of them is better than the other because y'all both did stuff that was really something that you shouldn't be saying or throwing out there just because you're mad with one another. I think that there's more ways that you can use your words to get back at each other than to be talking about the R word or the M word when it comes to a child. Because if you felt some type of way about this man being in your home or around your children, then why did you wait till now to say something? this stuff is just crazy. But that's all I had to say, Wiley.
Thank you so very much. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Give me a second, you guys. All right, here we go. Okay, 7680. 7680.
Hello.
Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hello. Hey, Wiley, how are you?
Doing good.
Wiley, now you know you wrong. Now, Queen Tulsa been calling in trying to tell us about her non-existent life as a celebrity, and you just will not let her live, will you?
No.
That's just sad. Come on, let a sister live. Now, she want to get her story on the front page, and you just keep passing her over. But anyway, I know I'm a bit behind, but with the situation with Tasha K, when was the child molestation accusations levied? Was that on the app or what? Like,
You had the catch that she went on Armon Wiggins' best friend show, and that's what she said, and many people heard it. So if you type it in, you would definitely see it, and it's very unfortunate, very sad, man. I don't know what storm I'm going through, but that's just sad. That's all I can say.
yeah, because I could never picture Storm doing nothing like that, and then that says more about her character for her to allow somebody that she had those type of thoughts about around her kids. So that would say a lot more about Tasha if anything than anybody else. Because, you know, one thing, I'm going to put my kids over anything, especially their safety and well-being. And if I feel any type of anxieties or uneasy feelings around anybody, it's not going down. So I just can't imagine her all of a sudden bringing it up against them. That's just real sad.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. The drama just continues on. But you know what? I want to congratulate you, Wiley, though, because I've been listening to you for a while, and I'm real proud of all the success that you've been having as of late. And you deserve everything that's coming to you.
Thank you so much.
All right, well, I'm going to jump back in the chat. Hopefully, Queen Tulsa, she's trying to get back in. She's probably the next call, so I'm going to try to make room for her.
All right, thank you. Anonymous, you live on air.
How you doing, Wiley?
Doing all right. You got me on speaker? I want to hear you clearly. I can't hear you. No, speak in the phone.
Can you hear me?
You got me on speaker. Take me on speaker. I want to hear you clearly.
Can you hear me better?
No, sound low. Do you have me on Bluetooth?
What about now?
Okay, better.
Okay. How you doing? Okay, in regards to Tasha K and the Storm Monroe piece, okay, for one, everybody like going crazy about what Tasha K say, but everybody fail to realize is that she is very consistent. Boom, when she fell out with Lovely T, she said that Lovely T was stealing money from a church and that she's a drug addict. When she fell out with Daytime Tea Time, she accused Daytime Tea Time for having a dirty, nasty house, and her husband was getting a divorce, and said she had 1 million teeth in her mouth and she needed to get her mouth fixed. When she fell out with who else? Because she fell out with so many people, it's ridiculous and sad. When she fell out with Armon and other celebrities, she accused people of having AIDS. She just says everything. So my point I'm making is, why is this so shocking of what she said about Storm Monroe? Like, it's not shocking at all. It's just, she is who she is. And one thing I have gathered from Tasha K, to me, she is having like a spiritual battle within herself, because I've been hearing her say a lot lately that she kind of criticized people that believe in religion and believe that they themselves is not God. So I feel like she's in like a spiritual warfare right now. So my thing is, when a person show you who they are, you need to believe them. You know what I mean? But as far as everybody saying that she don't come with no receipts, she don't got no receipts and all this, I mean, this is YouTube. That's what y'all do. Y'all come with a lot of stuff, but don't have no receipts. Like, for an example, when you started your show today, you was like that Cardi B had Armon to take out the piece where she was saying she was only talking to Armon. That the reason why it wasn't up there no more is because Cardi B made him take it out. And that's not true. You know that's not true. You know, that's just something that you just put in the air and for the people to hear that. But you yourself know that you never heard that. If nothing else, he cleared that up. And I know that you know that. You know what I mean? And my thing is, as far as Storm and Monroe going into Armon's platform and Tasha K going to Official King Payne's platform, and you've been windmilling for her for some time now. Like, you was one of the main YouTubers when the whole trial began with her and Cardi B. It was like, oh, she gonna win, she gonna win, she gonna win. And everybody was telling you, like, why are you going so gun hard for this woman? You like, that's my mentor. Yes, I'm going to Atlanta and this, that, and the third. And look what happened. Once again, she showed you who she is. Like, she don't really believe in you. She like she did with you what she wanted to do with you, put you back on the shelf. And I think the reason being that she don't come to you like that, because one point that you do make is that she has came on your platform a lot of times. And to be quite frank about it, it didn't really help you grow. It didn't help with anything. You know what I mean? So as her being a businesswoman, I could see why she was up there and talk to Armon or whatever, because they have a big platform. They have a bigger influence out here. You know what I mean? And like I said, and I told you this time after time after time again, I feel that if you was to take your craft more seriously, then maybe you can sit there and get where you need to be at, because it's ridiculous now. You know, she don't. It's like, it is what it is. And people just need to take it for what it is and move on from it. And I feel like your core of your audience, if they want to be real with you, then maybe then you would like take it seriously. Because at this point in time, I don't see you taking none of this stuff that seriously. But I can tell that it bothers you. You know what I mean? Like, I know you want to be in the end, but it's like you just can't get in that door. And I feel it's the way you choose to go about your craft.
All right. Thank you so very much for calling in. Mm-hmm. We disagree with everything that caller was talking about. We are growing. We are successful. We are popping. Oh, man. She always call in. Maybe she want to be a moderator for mine. 1918.
Hey, Wiley. I was just calling in to address Tasha K. I wanted to agree with the last caller. A lot what she was saying about her is definitely true. She's the type of person, she wants to control you and your success, and then once she can't control you or that anymore, she like throws you away and tries to like diminish you. And with Storm, I feel like he's in real life, I feel like he's not really like an argumentative person or like combative, so he's not gonna really like take it there like intentionally, but he's gonna say his little ones and twos. But Tasha K, she's just like a manipulator, and she falls out with everybody, and I feel like that says a lot about your character. Like, why can you not keep a friendship? Why can you not keep a business relationship solid? So I don't know, that was all I really had to say. And I do agree with you. I do feel like your channel is growing. I started watching you probably like a year ago, and I definitely feel like you're growing, you're progressing. So yeah, keep doing your thing.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. Oh, wow. Okay. Anonymous, thank you, caller. Anonymous, you live on air. Anonymous, okay, you're not ready. Anonymous, you live on air.
Yes, this is Queen Tulsa. I'm back. Please cover my story, and I am a celebrity. Please. I was attacked by Black people. I was attacked by Black people at a hotel. It was a Black-on-Black hate crime. They called me an it. They tell me I wasn't a woman. It was a hate crime. My local news have covered it. I'm talking to 2 more stations this coming up week. I need you guys to be serious about it. And just because you see somebody on here working, yes, I'm a content creator, but I'm sitting up here pouring out myself and saying, hey, y'all, Something happened to y'all Black content creator. I got hurt. I have a cervical sprain in my neck for simply just being me, being comfortable in my own skin. Please take it serious. Please stop the hate crimes. Please stop the Black on Black crimes. It's unacceptable. It hurt me. It hit home. Please help get my story out there. Please help the next person coming behind me. Please help the voiceless that aren't brave enough to come up and stand up to it like I am right now. Please, that's the only thing I ask. I don't want any follows or anything like that. I just want help. Get my story out there, please. Why does it have to be like this with us Black people? Why? Why do I literally have to feel like I'm begging to get my story out there? If it was a white story, or if it was something about drama, you guys would carry on with it. Get it out there. You're in the community. If something happened to you, I would stand up for you. I wouldn't need to do all the extra. I would stand up. I would bring light. I would help you. Only thing I'm asking is for you just to do that small favor for me. The smallest things makes the biggest difference. I'm going to leave now.
Can you call Armon Wiggins show? Can you call into Armon Wiggins show? Because he just texted me. Can you? No, I'm telling you to call into his show because he just texted me. He said he wants you to talk about your story on his show.
What's his number? I'll write it down.
Okay. Do you have your email? I have to give you his email address, and just send me an email, and I will send you his number. The number to his show.
What is your email? That's what
my email account is wileyshow@gmail.com, and I will send you Armon Wiggins show number so you can call in and tell your story. So my email address is wileyshow@gmail.com.
Okay, wileyshow@gmail.com.
Yes.
And please, if you can, tag all those people that you're naming. I put a post up.
Okay.
And I tag everybody, including your name. So make sure y'all check y'all mentions.
Will do.
Because I
Okay.
have been doing. You're not the only person that I've been reaching out to.
Okay. Will do. Thank you.
Thank you for not hanging up. I appreciate it.
No problem. Okay. All right. She got her story out. 8339, caller, you on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Listen, I have been listening to this 3-day fiasco for 3 days. This is crazy. This is crazy. First thing I want to say, there's a couple of things. Campaign is now mad at Armon. Now, and Storm, we've been knowing about what's going on with Storm and Tasha. And now Consciouz TV got an issue with Tasha too. When he was singing her praises a couple of days ago. Wiley, who's really friends on YouTube?
It ain't too many friends.
I'm serious. It seems like everybody's using everybody. Wiley, you in that too? I'm subscribed to you. But it seems like everyone is using everyone. No one was ever friends. And Tasha is now saying that she always had her eye on Storm or was worried about Storm messing with her son or whatever the case. Like, so even when they were doing business together, she still wasn't his friend.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I typed in the text the other day that these YouTube streets are worse than the streets of LA. This is crazy. So I'm asking you, all the times that people warning you about Tasha K, and you had her back, you had her back, you were singing your praises about Tasha K too. Now tonight, you're really saying, I mean, you could tell that the things that she said about Storm, you just not with.
Yeah,
so,
I always
really opened your eyes.
No, for me,
opened your eyes, Wiley? Because
for
no matter
me, can I say this?
Let
me say this. Whatever case with Tasha K, if you understand my history, I don't know how long you've been subscribed to the Wiley Show.
Yes, I've been looking at you probably for about 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I've always, if Tasha K does something I disagree with, I always say it, and then she will even call me and let me know. So this is not the first time. This will not be the last time. Even when she went on that Armon Wiggins' best friend channel, she said Wiley is going to be Wiley. We never had a mentee-mentor relationship. If he said something I don't like, I would send him a text. So I'm glad that she cleared it up, because it was a misconception out there that we was real close, that we talking to each other, that we going to each other's house, eating each other Thanksgiving food. I mean her children. That never was the relationship. So anytime that she does something wrong or right, I'm going to cover it. It's no different. I disagree 1,000% about how she's treating Storm and talking about Storm, and especially what she said about he was weird of him being around my child. I think that's dangerous behavior, because what that does, that plays into historically what they think about, because she believes he's gay, what they think about gay people. So of course I have to talk about that. Of course.
Well, I tell you what, I've watched you for years. I've watched you for a very long time, and Tasha K too. I saw Tasha K blow up from the whole R. Kelly thing when she really went, started rising. So I've been watching y'all for a good minute. But out of all the dirt that Tasha K has done, you would say something, but you took it lighthearted. You would say something, but you took it lighthearted. And yeah, we know that y'all wasn't hanging out and all that, but you are a huge supporter of Tasha K. And you told the world that. But today, I see a whole different energy from you against Tasha K.
Of course,
I can tell
because
that you are highly disappointed.
I am highly disappointed. If you put an allegation on someone that they violate a woman and they didn't do it, that's dangerous behavior. If you say, "Oh, I was worried with him being around my child," that's dangerous behavior, and I'm going to speak out on it. And if people doesn't like it, they can call in.
Well, you're doing it. No, it's not that nobody likes it.
Because it's very dangerous behavior. And so we had a whole conversation. And shout out to Von Ray. He came into the chat. I don't know if he's going to break his protective order because he was in the chat yesterday. I don't know. I don't know. But he did came in there. And he said that his children watch these content creators, and that was painful for him to have to go through that. He said it last night, and make sure you all watch that previous video that I did last night when I said that Tasha K called Storm Monroe weak. I put the timestamps. It's very disturbing. I think it's very dangerous behavior. I think because this go far beyond Cardi B and all of that. Because I didn't look at that being serious like that during that time.
I took it lighthearted.
I took it lighthearted, but putting something that somebody is a pedophile or a rapist, that is something very, very serious. In my humble opinion. Okay. I don't know about anybody else.
Well, it is serious. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm glad you stepped up to the plate and finally called it out. I'm glad you stepped up to the plate and you said something about something so serious. Because most of the time, like I said, throughout this whole Tasha K, no matter who she's going up against, you spoke against it, but you didn't take it the way that you're taking this. So I appreciate you standing up for someone that could be potentially falsely accused of potential pedophilia. She didn't say that he did it, but she said she had ideas. So I'm going to ask you, how do you feel about her now?
I think that for her, it doesn't surprise me, because if you look at her track record, she fell out with Lovely T, she fell out with Daytime T. Anytime she came on the show, we talked about that, even privately. She fell out with all these people. Does it surprise me? No, it doesn't. It hurts a lot of people that get close to her. I've never gotten that close. See, I've always been the same, Wiley. I'm just doing content. You didn't see me going to Atlanta, taking pictures of her, eating her Thanksgiving food, meeting her team, taking pictures, going to her birthday party. I never got that close. Unfortunately, Storm got that close with her. And yet he's probably going to have to deal with her mouth probably for the rest of his career. And when he opens up Pandora box, when he tried to get her together and say, hey, you said you wanted to put this allegation out on Von Ray, and that's when I pulled back. And then Consciouz TV came out and confirmed that. But this is the thing with Consciouz TV. I want to say this, and I've said it before in other lives. He was on Tasha K's side back in January and telling me to stick with Tasha. Don't burn the bridge.
Yeah, I heard you say that.
When I was being teamed up on during Christmas. And now that when he got harassed and got booted off the air, he immediately started cussing her out and dragging her. Because even Dr. Larry asked him, are you going to go over there to Chelsea and Tasha K channel? And he said, no, I'm not going over the MF for channel. I'm not doing that. He cussed and got mad at, really, really got mad. But I said, do you remember when they was coming at me? And now it all been playing out. And so, yeah, because I was shocked. I'm like, he cussing out Tasha K? But he was on her side back in January. Yeah, he was mad because she booted him.
And I remember when they were all on you.
Yeah, she booted him off the air. And he got upset about that. But go ahead, sis. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, so well, that was that, and I just want everybody to acknowledge. Listen, I'm not even a King Payne fan, but he's the one that got this whole thing started. He's the one that put it out there, and he needs to be doing more lives, so he can market just like everybody else.
I think that, and he is a friend of Armon Wiggins, right? They're supposed to be friends, correct, ma'am?
Right.
I just want to make sure. Shouldn't you learn from your friend how to do this YouTube business if your friend is successful? You should learn and get ideas from your friend. I'm not understanding. Either he's not listening to Armon Wiggins or he's just trying his own way. But you around Armon Wiggins got top-notch quality and all of that. He don't listen. He should be further than what he is. Like when people come at Wiley and say, "Oh, you should be further than what it is." But here I can argue with him because he got a whole friend at 100-some thousand subscribers. You know what I'm saying? But when you watch his show, you have to go through a whole 45-minute introduction before he gets to the topic. So and then when he interviews somebody, he got a whole other panel. He allowed Queen Toe to hijack the interview, and she got a neck brace on eating chicken, and she got all these other people on the panel. It's supposed to be your show. You supposed to be you side by side with Tasha K doing that interview. So obviously he don't know how to operate his platform in the correct way, and I don't think he's really taking advantage of being on Chase in LA in a good proper way. I don't see that. I think that for me, he should be doing it better than what he's doing in my humble opinion. And I'm just giving facts. Now I know he's going to read this and get mad and try to trash me, but I would say you got a whole friend with success on YouTube, almost at 200,000 followers. Why can't he help you to get you at 65,000 or 100,000? I'm just saying. That's just my opinion.
Well, you know what? I tell you what, then that he kicked this whole fiasco off, he really needs to be marketing on this one and capitalizing on this.
He should.
He really needs. Every time somebody goes off from talking about this situation, he needs to go back on and talk about the situation that they just went off about.
He should.
He needs to be capitalizing, almost like what you be doing.
Because I'm going to.
He need to be capitalizing.
Because
on
I'm going to capitalize off any. That's what I'm going to do, and that's one of the secret ingredients. Capitalize while the iron is hot.
You're doing it.
Boom! I'm pooping out the videos. You see the content. I'm updating you on the story because it's always changing. So I want to make sure I don't get left behind.
Well, you stand on top of this. You really are. It's almost like it's the same thing Tasha K did with the whole R. Kelly situation.
Yes.
Remember that? Well, I mean,
I did. She was on it.
She rode that horse.
She rode it.
She rode it hard.
Yes, she did.
And that's when that wave really, really took off for her. It really, really did. She started getting interviews from the R. Kelly people that was in his camp. So,
yes,
and then
it was so good that even the whole surviving R. Kelly took a lot of what Tasha K reported on. So, because she rode it, she rode it hard. Yes, she did.
So anyway, I see you learn well, and you keep on doing good. I've been watching you for, I said, a couple of years too.
Thank you.
So you keep on doing what you're doing, and I am glad you are saying something about this. About what she said about Storm, because nobody should be thrown under the bus like that at all. No one should, especially if there was no indication. That he, especially if there was no indication. And then if you did feel like that, why would you support someone like that anyway? I wouldn't even give nobody like that a platform if I thought that they were capable of something like that. I wouldn't even want to manage nobody. I would want them shoulder to shoulder, side to side. I wouldn't. There's no way I could support them because I think all pedophiles need to be castrated myself. So, I mean, like one of the callers said, this only shows it's really revealing of her instead of him.
Facts. Yes, I agree.
So, all right.
Thank you so very much.
All right.
Go
back to the chat.
Thank you so very much.
Bye.
Okay. All right. The number is 646-716-8447. All right. Anonymous, you live on air.
Wiley.
Hey.
Third person.
Hold on. You okay?
What?
9956. I'm sorry, 9966. Anonymous.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Anonymous, can you mute me in the back? Can you mute me in the back? 9498.
Hey Wiley, how's it going?
All right.
Okay, so I must say I'm really disappointed in Tasha K. I still love her though, but I just feel like what's so funny? I knew that her and Storm was going to fall out, not because of she has a history of falling out with people, but from day one when Storm was really underneath her and she was trying to push him. For me, his views sucked. His work ethic was always hard, but I think his views sucked because you can tell that wasn't who he was. And I don't know if most people noticed, but once he got on his own and he stopped really mentioning Tasha K and he started going like a different route, that's when it seemed like his views started going up. His followers, started subscribing. Then that's when I actually started subscribing because it seemed like he was being more micromanaged and more like little boyish. Like meaning like he was underneath her tit. Like she was a mom, you do as I say. You know what I'm saying? If not, there's going to be severe consequences behind it. And I feel like now that she's unable to completely control him and he has denounced her, she's showing who she really is. Mm-hmm. Because for Tasha, she's all about controlling. And I really hope that Storm does not get out of character, meaning he doesn't go low with her, that he stays true to who he is, because that's a strong allegation to make against someone. And I know it's easier to meet them where they're at. And it's so funny because to me, Tasha K is coming off how Armon is coming off on her. You know how Armon is always, every chance he get, he rides her hard. And it's funny to see that that's the same thing she's doing to Storm. I feel like she knows she's unable to penetrate him in the way that she could do most people. So now she has to make up this allegation. So it's just it's sad, but it's also funny to see to me that she's becoming an Armon Wiggins to Storm Monroe,
It to me is like the same thing with the characteristics. Very, very unfortunate. She said about Storm, and this is going to question to see what side Storm going to be on. Oh, he's joining up with Armon Wiggins. He got to be allies with Armon Wiggins. He's weak. And after that man get to, I'm like, whoa, she went in.
I don't think that he's weak because he really could have spilled a lot of tea if he really wanted to. He really could have. He held back to me in that interview.
She used that opportunity to really, really diss, and I think it puts Armon Wiggins in a bad place because not only did she go on his best friend channel in which they even criticized Armon Wiggins, they felt like you didn't even get this man no credit. You know what I'm saying? So it puts him in a bad spot. Mm-hmm. You get other bloggers, they even dissing it. They shout out to Coffee City. She even did a video about him and King Payne fell out and they having issues. And then now today, Armon Wiggins is in the chat, throwing shade and all that. The reason why he's doing that, you guys, is because we are growing and he don't want to see us grow. And he don't want the impact is just very, very strong.
I think that you and Armon really are frenemies. I think you and Armon have a lot. I think you guys are really like your friendship or whatever relationship you guys have is organic. But anytime you throw Tasha in it, it's always going to be like, like you guys are going to become divided immediately, And I just want to say shout out to you as well because you're not letting up on her. Like when I say you're one of the rarest YouTubers who are actually like fair, it's hard to find people like that. Like you mess with Tasha K. I'm not saying that y'all friends, but you do. You're for what's right and what's wrong. Like you're not going to say, I'm going to always, meaning I have to be biased.
Right. I'm going to always tell my decision because she hit a low blow with the whole thing that with Storm. Like when I listen to it, I'm like, whoa, because that allegation, when you're talking about being around children, and I felt him being,
and he was a caseworker and stuff like that. Like I used to be a caseworker, so you making those allegations, those are strong. That can affect his personal life, like outside of YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that can bring up all type of investigations. And for him, when I heard that, I was like, oh wow, she's an Armon Wiggins times Jr. Now it makes sense. I always tell people like she has Chelsea there for a reason. If you really notice, Tasha K is a very strong woman. She knows what she's purposely doing by having Chelsea, become the lead, become the voice. And I think she should have let Chelsea or whoever her name is, well, the employee, as you call her, continue to do that. I feel like it was very immature of her. And now it shows like, once you make an allegation like that, especially against a man, see how they're doing
it's like, men, and I told, sickening. It's very sickening. And I said, because even Consciouz came out and confirmed what Storm Monroe said. So you got two people that's confirming this story, and it's all the way sick. And so when Vaughn came in the chat yesterday, he was like, this is sad because my children are watching this stuff and that I didn't do this and I'm innocent and all of that. And it's very disturbing because he can't even really come out and denounce, defend himself because he got a whole protective order. So it's all the way sad. His hands are tied, and she can do,
what's
she can
so
do
funny?
interviews. She can
I'm
talk
glad
about.
that Storm told us though.
I'm glad he told us that too. I'm not.
Remember in
I'm
the
glad.
beginning when he came on your channel? I think it was on your channel when he was in the chats when him and the employee were going back and forth. Oh, that was my favorite video of all time. That's the GOAT video. That's when I ain't gonna lie. That's when YouTube had recommended your channel, and I just happened to watch. I'm like, who is this guy with glasses on YouTube? Like, that's different. Let me see. Okay, YouTube recommended him. And I immediately called when you was like, so Chelsea, are you going to stop sleeping with the employees? Like, can you be able to do that? I was like, oh, he is messy.
I asked
like,
question,
I
asked Chelsea this question in the previous. I restreamed it. I said, were you digmatized? Because when Tasha K did the interview last night, she said she felt she had to catch herself when Von got out of the car in his all white. She said had to catch herself that he's after you memorize whatever she said about him, that he's extremely attractive, and that she see why women can fall for him. And so
my thing is this, and I'm not trying to like, if she really is a victim, I wouldn't wish it on nobody. And I'm not trying to victimize her or make her feel bad, but you came on to him, even when this man tried to go and he was body shaming you and you guys were in Storm's house, why didn't you leave? You know what I'm saying? And then she said, I know she admitted on your show that she planted a camera. If you plant a camera in somebody else's premises, like, that's already sneaking. Your intentions are already foul from the get-go. To me, I really, in my heart of hearts, God forgive me if I'm wrong, I believe that they planted this whole, even Tasha K asking Storm to allow old dude Von to stay in his house. I feel like that was a setup to begin with. I felt like because Storm wasn't listening to her, and he had separated himself before they completely fell out, I felt like she was like, oh no, you're going to have this coming. You think you about to leave me, and just because that's who she is. If she can't control the situation, she's going to have to come up with something else. And I really believe that this was a plot from the beginning. I don't think that this just happened overnight. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. Like I still watch her. I'm still gonna watch her and everything else, but it's just really sad.
Yeah, I'm still.
And I'm glad that you're covering it. I love that you're covering it.
Yes, I'm like this. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm still gonna cover it because it needs to be covered, right? I've always covered Tasha K, and I'm not gonna stop as long as she's relevant. Like, she got a new podcast coming out called Binge. And so, I'm always going to cover her. I watch her app. I cover even herself. She said, Wiley, you sent a lot of people to my app because you cover the interviews, and they saw how popular that was. Now she's allowing YouTubers to use a clip of the interview of her station here, of her app. And so that came from me actually covering it and sending people her way. So yeah. And so now she came out and said, hey, y'all can use a clip of the interview. I don't need to use a clip of the interview because I just love to just review it and you all watch it for yourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you ever do a podcast with her or be a guest? Like, or would you just keep your distance completely? Like, how would you move with her?
To this calm down, I wouldn't mind to this dust settle, but the dust is hot and she got a lot of stuff to clear up. I don't think I should rush or do anything until she clear this thing up with, with Storm, and to clear this thing up about Von Ray. It all depends on. I remember one time I came in her after show. I came in her after show a couple of times, and I always disagree with what she said. And so a lot of y'all didn't catch that because y'all not on the app. And so that was the time, one of the times when Chelsea said, I don't think you like Tasha K. Like, y'all don't, I wish that y'all would be on the app and see the episode because she went off on me on the app. And I'm like, no, I don't have no problem.
Because you tell her what's right. You don't suck her out.
I always get my opinion. And Chelsea didn't like it. I don't think you like Tasha. You said she might end up in jail with this Cardi B thing. And I'm just regularly doing my content.
And you were the only YouTuber who went hard for her. Like, you went hard for her, okay?
Yeah,
extra hard for her. You even went on fat overhead. Like, that's what's hilarious. You was like, instead of stuff in her face, you went hard for her.
I did because it was
that Chelsea.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Talk about that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. No. We've been cutting each other off. Go ahead.
Reason why I went hard on because I wanted to be a different channel to say, oh, she's not going to lose the lawsuit. Even Judge Joe Brown said something, oh, she's not going to lose it because of this law. And so I was quoting that case law. And then I just heard from Larry Reed. Larry Reed pretty much said out there publicly that Olga is really good with appeals because she made a mistake on his case and she won it through the appeal. So he said that Olga is really good with the appeal process. She's a good appellate lawyer. So I'm like, okay, it might surprise us, but it won't surprise me that she may get that Cardi B lawsuit thrown out in appeal. Who knows? But he said that she's a good lawyer and that she knows the law and that she's really good when filing appeal. So I was wondering.
But who wants to go? If you was good, you wouldn't have to do it the second time. Nobody got time to be going through all that. And she's busy. Like, come on, fatty, get it together. And nobody got time for extra money and just time. Like, but that's a whole other story. But no, I really do appreciate you for covering and being non-biased and covering both sides and even replaying that video of the employee. That was very powerful. I sat through and watched it like it was my first time, and I laughed through the entire time, especially when he was like, Chelsea. Like, you was catching her, and I don't think she understood that because you were so, like, you were shady, but you were still fair, and you let her listen. I was like, she is so into herself. She really believes that you believe the crap that's coming out of her mouth.
Yes.
That was the part that got me. And like, she wasn't catching it, and I was like, oh, girl. You can tell she's not used to somebody calling her out on her BS. And if they do, it's one of those non situations.
And then for me, for somebody, so you got to understand, it's coming from somebody that got a cross eye, have a mental illness, not the most polished person. So when it comes for a person like that, you really don't want to, like, what you call it, be out. But I have to be real with the audience and let them hear this. And she didn't answer the question. She just danced around the whole entire thing.
Every question you asked, even when she said she didn't stay there, and you was like, but Storm said, you bought furniture. It's like, you didn't buy. She was like, yeah, I did. You said, so you didn't stay there though, but you bought it. She was like, no, I didn't. I just wanted to be comfortable. And you was like, well, what about that? It was just lie after lie, like you were catching her. And I love how you did it. Like, it was so, like, you were out there, but it wasn't like aggressive at the same time. And I was like, she really thinks that you're slow, but it made her look even worse, because she was trying to downplay it.
Yes, and so I had to.
And I didn't even like her tone with you. I felt like she could have been right back nasty, because if it was Armon, it would have went left real fast.
Yeah, and he
cuts
it out. I know how to be calm in interviews, because one thing that Tasha K said, and I agree with her, she said when the guests come on, don't be disrespectful to the guests, because it'll be hard for you to have guests, because who want to be berated and interrogated in a nasty way. So I'm gonna let you talk, answer the questions, and it's up to her to answer it. But when we had that show, even when Tasha K went on Armon Wiggins' best friend's show last night, she said that Chelsea laid the P word on her, but she didn't want to talk about her sex life publicly, but her boss talked about her sex life last night. So yeah.
And I thought that was very unprofessional as well. I don't know what type of relationship they have. I don't know if the employee got Tasha by the balls or what, but I feel like it's very unprofessional, even with the beef with her and Armon, when her employee said something. Yeah, Armon was very disrespectful for what he said, but at the same time, you can't tell somebody how to react. Just because your punch wasn't as hard as his hit back, oh, now you want to scream, black women this. He's very disrespectful towards black women. And that may be true. However, you started it. And I feel like she plays victim. She's very good at what she does. I can't deny that. But I feel like at the same time, if you want to be behind the scenes, stay behind the scene. If you're going to be in the front, you're throwing shade, expect that same shade to be thrown back or even harder. And I feel like she's very babied and she's immature. I don't know how old she is, but she has a lot of growing up to do. And she very much so gives me fat girl syndrome. Like, I had to go to her IG page and was just like, I wonder how she looks, because she's giving me, like, I got money, I got this. But you're sitting here talking to an inmate, like a jailbird. Isn't he bisexual? I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, because it's not. But you're saying you got this, you got that. But he's bisexual. He has multiple kids. He's broke, jailbird. I mean, the list goes on. So if you're so educated and you have this and you have that, why are you settling? Or are you really settling? Why are you going for this?
I heard that. But we thank you so very much for calling in.
Thank you.
All right. Let's get to the other callers here. Oh my God, y'all are calling in today. Anonymous, you live on air. Hello?
Wiley.
Yes, I can hear you. Okay. I was like, hello. Yes, welcome to the Wiley Show.
I was making sure you can hear me. But you know what? I think that Tasha K wanted Storm Monroe to be a puppet. I feel as though she bought him things to get him under her wing, and when he didn't do what she wanted, now she's trying to destroy him. I feel like she made him, so she's going to get everybody to just turn against him, make false allegations, I just feel like Tasha K is trash at the moment. I'm over her. I really am. And so far as Vaughn, his truth will be spoken eventually, because the PSA papers eventually will be canceled out. So he'll be able to speak his truth. We'll hear from him. Even if it's 6 months down the line, we'll still hear his story and be interested to hear it. And that's about it.
Thank you so very much for calling in, giving your point across.
All right. Good night.
Thank you. Good night. Armon Wiggins, is that you? Because I see that you text me. What's up?
Well, let's talk about it real quick because I'm about to go live because you blocked me. But let's talk about it real quick.
You know why I blocked you? Let me say this first.
Okay, go ahead.
You know why I blocked you? It's because I'm not allowed to come in your chat and be disrespectful. Have I ever came in your chat being disrespectful? Have I ever come in your chat? No. Have I ever? Hold on. Whether it was disrespectful or not, have I ever come into your chat? Do you allow me in your chat?
You haven't came into my chat.
Did you allow me in the chat?
No, you're not allowed in my chat.
So why would you come over here? I'm just not understanding that. Because we still doing what we're doing over here.
Okay, I'm about to tell you why I came over there. Listen, I don't have to come into your chat ever again. That's fine. But all I'm saying is the reason why I called in is to not argue about who can go in somebody's chat. You said that I'm hating on you. That's why I was in your chat being disrespectful. So I want to pose a question.
But that is hate, though. That is hate, because even the time that I do content on you, you come into the chat for some type of way, and then you say I don't check out, I don't like Wiley, he's psycho, he's all of this. If I'm so psycho, if I'm so beneath you and all of this, why come into the chat? That's what I'm not understanding.
Okay, because my thing. Okay, so here's the thing. I came into the chat today because your callers are missing the point. They're like, oh, Wiley had this big epiphany about Tasha K all of a sudden, and nobody's just gonna call it what it is.
But again, hold on one second. The reason why the callers is talking into the show is because they have their opinion. No. I have always, hold on one second. I have always been critical of Tasha K. I have always been critical of Tasha K. I have always called her out. You can't tell me that I have always called her out. I have always told her like it is. I have always told Tasha K where she went wrong at. I've always called them out. What about the rumors that she put up on Storm Monroe? What about the rumors of her being pedophile? What about the rumors of her him not being around her children? What about the rumors of Storm Monroe going around talking about that he put allegations out on allegations on Von Ray? What about that? That's what I'm not understanding. But Armon, why are you coming over to the Wiley Show? Armon, why are you coming over to the Wiley Show? Why are you coming over to the Wiley Show? That's what I'm not understanding. You can go on anybody else's show, but you mad you coming on the Wiley Show? Like, why are you coming over to the Wiley Show?
That's it. That's why you're flipping.
Listen, why are you coming onto the Wiley Show and giving your opinion? Because you're mad because of callers? You mad because of callers?
I'm hating on you.
You mad because of callers? Come on, bro. Get up out of here with that.
What name is
you mad because of callers?
What name is in your title today?
You mad because of callers? I can put the name in the title. It's his business. You put Tasha K name in the title. You put Tasha K name in the title. You put Nicki Minaj name in the title. You put Cardi B name in the title. You put Jason Lee name in the title. You put all these people name in the title. What's the problem? What's the problem? I can always do what I can do on the channel. You don't control me. Armon Wiggins, you don't control me on this channel. I'll be able to do what I have to do on this channel. It is what it is. You don't control me. You don't control me at all. I can do whatever it is. You don't control me, Armon Wiggins. I can post whatever I want to post on this channel. You don't control me. You cannot control me. You can't control me. You can't control me. It doesn't matter. Give me $1,000. Who cares? I will always do content on people that is trending on this channel.
You can't do it. You can't do it. So don't tell me I'm hating on you because without me, there is no you.
You are hating because you over here because of callers. Because you disagree with the callers.
You follow everything that I do.
Because I can. This is a business. You follow everything that Tasha K does. You follow everything that Tasha K does. What's the difference? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You drag her. Yes, you do. You dragged her husband.
I'm not over here saying, listen, I'm not over here saying Tasha K is hating on me. So
you drag Tasha K and you even drag Larry Reed because Tasha K gave me a text message. You got mad. You got mad because Tasha K gave me a text message of Larry Reed and you was trying to call out Larry Reed about that. Because you call out Tasha K as no difference. Let me tell you why. Let me answer that question. You see how you call out Tasha K and you get clicks and views? I do the same thing to you and I don't regret doing it. That's the point. And you're not understanding that. You
don't have to regret
because, well, why you over here then? Well, why this a conversation?
You don't have to regret doing it, but you say shit like, I don't expect to be respected by Tasha K. I don't care to have a relationship. What you said was you felt like you would have wanted for us to mend our relationship behind the scenes and then just understand you was going to drag me publicly. That's weird. I would never do that. So, no.
It's my opinion. And if you don't, but Armon, you have said. Let me say this, bro. Let me say this, bro. You have said that you have said on your channel. You have said on your channel that we was. Hold on. Can I say this? Can I say this though? Can I say this? When you said that Wiley was never. You said this. You said this that Wiley was never my friend. If I was never your friend, give me a second. If I was never your friend, why are you so concerned about me doing content right now? If I was never your friend, if I'm nothing, if I'm beneath you, why are you so angry?
I'm not angry.
You dragged me today on Station Head. You dragged me on Station Head. Like, what's the problem? You dragged me on Station Head. What was that about? That's angry and pressed.
I'm laughing because your callers.
There's nothing wrong with the callers. That's the Wiley Show. Ma'am, sir. It's just the callers. You get it wrong with the callers. That's their opinion. That's their opinion. That's their opinion. No, it's not that. That's their opinion. Hold on. Let me say this. Let me say this, Armon Wiggins. Let me say this, Armon Wiggins. Let me say this. Let me say this. You're mad. Hold on. Let me say this, Armon Wiggins. Let me land this plane. Let me land this plane. You're mad because of callers, but you have callers on your show degrading Nicki Minaj. You are mad at the callers. You're bringing it up. That's their opinion. The callers have a right to their opinion. What you over here for?
I'm honestly not okay.
You mad about the callers?
On my life, I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Because you call in, you call in and you said these words. You said these words, Armon Wiggins. You said, hold on, let me say this. Let me say this, Armon Wiggins. Let me say this. Hold on one second. Let me say this. You are mad because of what the callers are saying. Hold on one second. You're not gonna let me talk. You're not gonna let me get my opinion out. You just want to take over the show. Hold on one second. Hold on. This is. Hold on. Let me tell you something. Let me get my point. Armon, let me get my point across. Let me say what I have to say. When you come over to the Wiley Show and you have degraded Storm Monroe, Tasha K said that Storm Monroe look weak. I'm just doing my show. You can hang up all the time. It doesn't matter. I'm just doing my show, doing content like everybody else is doing content. You can't get mad because the callers are calling in and disagreeing with you. You can't get mad with that at all. And you upset because you were blocked. You were blocked because you were being disrespectful. Why would you come to this house being disrespectful and you don't allow me to come over to your channel being disrespectful? Give me the same respect that I give you. Give me the same honor that I give you on your channel. When you have a phone line, I don't call in being disrespectful. I have never called your show, maybe once, and that was years ago. But yet you're mad because of callers are disagreeing with you and calling you out, and you feel some type of way. We gonna always do content on you as long as you're relevant, as long as you're trendy. The same way you do content on Tasha K, the same way you do content on Nicki Minaj, the same way you do content on Cardi B. You do content on these people because they're trendy. I do content on you because you're trendy. And the less you stop trending, that'll be the day I stop talking about you. It's just that point across. That's just that point. Just me being serious. All right. So the phone lines is open up. The number is 646-716-8447. Give your thoughts. What do y'all think about Armon Wiggins calling to the Wiley Show? 3532. Caller, you on the air. 3532. 3532. Okay. Let me go to the next caller. 3581.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
I'm not worried about Armon. I'm not worried about that at all. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I wanted to talk about what we were talking about earlier. I listened to you talk to Chelsea, and I realized that she did never answer when you asked her, "You supposed to be a boss. What made you get up with a man in jail?" She just went around, we get into an argument. She never answered that question. I think even though she's a beautiful woman, and I listened to the other lady, like that fat girl syndrome, I think it's a low self-esteem when it comes to Chelsea. I think that she has this new body, and men think that she's beautiful, and she's probably never had that much attention. So anybody that looks at her or give her the time of day, I think she's all giggles. But I also think it's the fact that I'm thinking Latoya Forever was talking about how Von Ray's sex game or how his peeing is. I think that she was infatuated by it, but she never answered that question when you asked her. And also, she never answered the question when you asked her about the abortion. She went around circles with that. But here's my thing. I remember Chelsea was talking about, how she's on PrEP and everything else. So you're responsible enough to be on PrEP, but you're not responsible enough to not get pregnant. That doesn't make any sense. Do you remember her saying that she was on PrEP before?
I don't remember. I can't say.
That was all around that fiasco
that's right.
time and
Oh,
stuff
okay.
like that. And she said she was on PrEP. Because
wow.
she was saying, I remember during that whole fiasco time, she was saying that she was on PrEP because we were saying, I think it was a conversation because they was like, there's PrEP for women, and we was like, yeah, there's PrEP for women and stuff like that. But she did say that she was on PrEP, but you're not responsible to have birth control or to have this man that y'all think is gay with Jeffree Star to put on a condom. That doesn't make no sense, and that's very irresponsible for a boss. And then also she was like, I gotta ask Tasha. You a grown woman, what you gotta ask Tasha? And I want to know, where's her parents? That's what I want to know. Where is her parents? Because it's like she put her all in Tasha. She can't shit, piss, sleep without Tasha. And I'm sorry about cussing, but that is crazy. And she's supposed to be grown. And then another thing, I'm like, we listen to Tasha. Tasha will sit here and dog somebody out online, but then she'll make a phone call behind the scenes. So to me, Tasha's a snake. And for those people that know, you keep your grass cut low so you can see the snake. Some people know what that means. And stuff like that. As far as Tasha with that allegation against Storm, that really don't make Storm look bad. That makes Tasha look bad, because if you felt that way, why you have this man around that long? That makes her look stupid for her to say that. And that's all I gotta say. But right. Go back and look. She said she was on PrEP during that whole fiasco during that time. She said that she was on PrEP.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much for calling in.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, thanks.
You too. Bye-bye. 2494. You're live on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
How you doing, Wiley?
Doing all right.
Wiley. Okay,
the Chelsea thing, let me just get this out. I think we need to leave Chelsea's bodily autonomy alone. That is her vajayjay, her punani, to do with as she please, okay? We should not be talking about this woman's abortions or whatever. That's none of our business. Let's leave that alone, okay? I just think that's out of bounds. We can talk about Von Ray, but as to her bodily autonomy, let's leave that alone. Don't ask Tasha K about no prep. I mean, that's too much. Okay, I'm done with that because I'm tired of that subject. What I want to tell Armon Wiggins is you pressed, baby. You pressed because Wiley has his foot on your neck, and you know it. You watching his live and you seeing his numbers go up. The reason you called in is because you are very pressed. You see what is about to happen. You see that Wiley is about to catch up with you. And as for Tasha K, Kaya, T.S. Madison, why you not growing, sweetheart, is because you pissed off fan bases. You pissed off Tasha K fan base, and they stopped fooling with your ass. Oh, I'm sorry, Wiley. You pissed off Nicki Minaj fans, the bars. You lost a lot of following. You're not going to grow because you don't have the bars. You don't have Tasha K supporters either. That's why you're not growing. And the reason you got mad, Armon, was because Nicki Minaj had T.S. Madison on her show. She had Kaya. She was also supposed to have Tasha K on her show. Nicki Minaj and Tasha K went live together. That's when you got pissed off. And you started dragging Nicki Minaj. And when you started dragging Nicki, she unfollowed you. And after she unfollowed you, you started dragging her every day. That's what really happened. You're mad because she unfollowed you. You were too impatient to give her the opportunity to have you on her show next. And she probably would have had you on her show. But you know what? You are so jealous, you couldn't wait. You saw these other people and you were like, why not me? Why not me? I'm Armon Wiggins. Nobody cares that you're Armon Wiggins. You care who you are, but you're not that important to everyone else. And if you're wondering why you're not growing, again, it's because you have pissed off fan bases and they're not supporting you. If it had not been for you pissing them off, Armon, you would be growing, sweetheart. You would have surpassed 200,000 people. You really would have. That's why. Don't call Wiley Show being disrespectful. This is his show, not your show. He is not Storm Monroe. He's not going to let you come over here and run shit. You run shit at your show. So I don't appreciate you calling over here with that, arguing with him. You have nothing else better to do than call Wiley. You just showed your hand, baby. You showed you press. Wiley is clearly winning. Wiley, if you didn't know, baby, you winning. He's pressed. That man called your show tonight and argued with you. He wouldn't even let you speak. That's how pressed he is. So sad, so sad. You're going to pass him up, and he's really going to start hating on you then. So that's what really happened, and that's why you're not growing, in case you're wondering. You don't have to wonder anymore. I just told you. You have pissed off two big fan bases, and you're not getting the support, and that's why you're not growing. Okay, I'm done, Wiley.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, wow, we got a lot of callers. Thank you. Don't hang up, callers. We'll get to you. 1753.
Hey, Wiley, how you doing today?
Doing all right.
Good. So, but Armon calling in. So, first of all, sweetie, Armon is very bothered. He was in your chat like a day or two ago saying, oh, he'll never call in the Wiley Show. I'm not even going to tune in. He was just in your chat the other day. And then he's going to call in. Let me guess. Because him and Tasha made up behind the scenes or whatever they did, now he feel like he got something over you. That's the issue. He dragged you on station head. First of all, Armon is not even funny. Okay? He has a serious, color complex. All right. Oh, yeah. Wiley's black. Oh, he's bipolar. All that. He's all of these things, but yet you took the time out of your precious day to call into his show. For somebody who's connected and he got to see Kanye and Cardi B and all that stuff, he should have been at 1 million subscribers. So I don't understand what the problem is. I'm confused. At the end of the day, YouTube is all about making money. All right. And I see a whole bunch of YouTubers that got Tasha K, Armon, all y'all names in their title. Why can't Wiley eat too?
That's a very good point because there's other YouTubers yet.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like weird to me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if he's mad because you put his name in the chat. Everybody has Armon Wiggins' name in the chat. Okay, and the only reason why he's in the chat is because he did that with Storm Monroe. And he's a punk because at the end of the day, he was talking about you on Station Head, not even on his channel. All right? So while you keep doing your thing, your views are sickening, and I think he's really mad because you're a threat. You might not have a bigger audience just now, but you have a solid fan base. And yes, we call in, and yes, we give our opinions. So while you keep doing you, and we just gonna keep making Armon mad.
Thank you.
Right, have a good one.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. All right. 0235, calling you on air.
Well, I have to call back in because Armon is acting like a damn fool. My thing is that he should be grateful that you are talking about him because that means that he's relevant. That means that he's trending. He should take that as a compliment. I don't understand. He's not even mad at you. He's mad at your callers. Are you really that insecure? Armon, you have made a living off of dragging women. You have made so many beats with other fan bases, with the winos, with the barbs. Like, stop it. You're just doing too much. And you pressed about what? Some callers? He has the same exact issue that Cardi B has. Not everyone is gonna like y'all. You guys are gonna have your haters. You guys are gonna have people that dislike you. But I don't see Nicki Minaj addressing them. I don't see Wiley addressing them. They keep it moving and they keep doing their content. So Armon, you gotta stop. You gotta stop and just focus on your channel and do what you gotta do. That's it. You need to stop going on Wiley's channel trying to disrespect him when Wiley's not even allowed to give his opinion on your channel. Good or bad. He's a damn fool. He is a clown. I gotta go, Wiley. Thank you.
Well, thank you so very much for calling in. All right. 9867. 9867, you live on the air.
Hey, Wiley. Hey, Wiley and Chad. This is Voice in New York.
Hey.
So, Wiley, well, shout out to my sister did this call not too while ago and Mr. Bars and everybody. First of all, Wiley, like, is Armon spooked and nervous? Is this what's going on? You know, he loves using that word spooked and nervous. Is Armon spooked and nervous, chat? If you think he's spooked, just put your little ghost emoji in the chat because it seems like not only is he pressed, but he's also spooked and nervous. First of all, I just want to say I did listen to Armon's Station Head, the whole entire thing, and it was downright deplorable and very disrespectful for numerous reasons. And this is why he is where he's going to be. I can't see Armon moving up a level. He could move on within celebrity gossip, but I don't see him partner with any celebrities that may have a child that have a disability because he just called people retarded on his channel, which is a very derogatory and ableist term to use in today's term. I see him also using terms such as bipolar, as well as, you know, people who have mental issues. That's not something to play about because everyone, no matter black, brown, or whatever, especially in the black community, has mental health issues. That's something that you should talk about on your platform, especially if you can, like, talk to black men who don't get mental health or who don't see a therapist. This is a very big issue in today's time, especially with social media. But for you to make these deplorable comments of Wiley, who's being very vulnerable to his fan base about his mental health issues, about him, you know, having whatever disability he has, that takes courage. Not everyone can do that. And that can also, you don't know whose life he's changing. And this is why Armon is a clown. Not everyone has issues. And for you to take whatever Wiley is put into his fan base and to make a mockery of it, like, who are you? Like, are you serious? Like, I would, like, it's kind of like disgusting behavior. And he's making all key. We all laughing at you. Because no matter what, you still at the bottom of the barrel within YouTube. You see, this is a black YouTube thing. Y'all small in the white YouTube community. Y'all don't exist enough. Y'all really don't. Like, you got to do all these little filter and make all these insults to be somebody. Like, that's how you make your bread and butter. Don't forget where you came from. Because as soon as you gain it, you can always lose it immediately. Anyone can be disabled. Anyone can have a mental breakdown. And then he also talked about you trying to find your father. You see, I have my father in my life. You know, my sister, we all have our father in our life. But there's a lot of people who don't.
And we have a high amount of black of our black babies in foster child and foster care who's trying to find a home and things of that nature. And you making a mockery of those who want to find their loved ones, like it's a joke. And knowing that we have a high single mother parent household in the black community, and you're making a mockery of Wiley and poking fun at Wiley, who took the courage to come online, because I'm sure there's other people who's like, okay, if Wiley can do this and he's doing it, I may want to find my loved one too. You're a clown. You're something called scum of the bucket barrel. You know what we call that in Jamaica? You see a loaf of bread. No one eat the end of the bread. It's called back bread gal. That's what we call them. The back bread, the back of the bread. That's the last piece that you eat. You don't even want to eat it. You dispose it. It's something of charity case. Now, you got on this, Nicki didn't want you. Tasha didn't want you. You out there crying wolf. Yes, Wiley's going to talk about you because Wiley is a free country. But what we know, the freedom of speech. They ain't talk about Wiley being dark-skinned. You black too. You black too. Why? Because you're a different type. You're black too. Even you're a black gay male, which means you're not even respected in the LGBT community. How about that? You're the bottom in the LGBTQAI community. You think any rights that's happening right now, including black queer people? Absolutely not. You're still fighting for your life, and you're trying to be like black women. You have a persona as a black woman, and then try to eradicate who black womanhood is and what it means to be a black woman. We don't talk about that. But it's a hierarchy within the LGBTQAI and black rights, black trans rights, or black men and black gay women don't have rights within your own community. So why are you even downing people that's in your own community? And then you talk about Wiley being obese. Wiley has a disability, which probably and he has a mental illness that probably contribute to why he is he's overweight. But he's trying to work hard on it. And guess what? Sometimes when you have issues like bipolar, you have high and lows. You may not want to feel the need to do that. This is how you know, Armon, you will never exceed because you don't even have the intellect to even have this type of conversation. All you do is yap your little choppers and talk about Cardi B, who won't even piss on your grave because you won't find a replacement. Oh, you think because Cardi B is now checking for you, you're somebody. You look in the mirror every day to be somebody. And I can tell you, you're not. Because you're coming on the platform, something that people can always, you can have these sponsorship and these dealers. Because the way we are going, the world, cancel culture is at large. Not only is cancel culture at large, but it's a way for you to have a different type of voice. But it's outside of YouTube. It's called branding, right? You can go into different sector. And then for you to talk and using words that's like anyone can have a child that come out that way. Anyone can have a mental breakdown, and you don't have any empathy. You don't have, and I can't, and I don't even know what to say at this point. I'm just disappointed in your behavior, and you keep talking about how black women care about Olga or whatever, and she wouldn't. How about this? It's not, see, this is how we know we can't have this conversation with you. It's the fact that you're using derogatory terms that was used for black women, and even you as a black man from slavery time to colonial period. They always use the word monkey to talk about black people in general, especially dark-skinned black people. You can see it within the ministry that's called minstrel shows. You don't even have the educational level to even have these type of educational conversations. This is why I don't even call it an Armon Wiggins show, because you're a joke. You have the exact same base head as Cardi B. This is why you cake for her. Now, yes, there's some things about Nicki Minaj that I don't like. Her being with an SO, I don't like it. She's a disappointment with her love life. But what I can say that Nicki did work hard with talent. She did. This is how crazy Cardi B is, that she decided to come up with a remix that miraculously dropped on Hot-ish to take away the type of publicity Nicki Minaj was getting. And everyone clowns her. See, Cardi B has a lot of self-esteem issues. She's very insecure. She's messing up her face. She's already a gorgeous girl, as she is now. But now she's trying to transition to Joan Rivers. It's like she probably has body dysmorphia, and people always talk about her looks to the point she keeps messing with her face. She's already beautiful, and I'm not gonna lie, she has great style. But it's kind of like you're comparing yourself to someone who's a veteran. You can never compete with Nicki. You really can't.
Right.
All you can do is focus on your own stuff. That's all I have to say, Wiley. I'm going to say continue going, doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
And we're proud of you.
Thank you so very much, Voice of New York. Thank you. All right, make sure you like the video. The number is 646-716-8447. We have breaking news that Armon Wiggins came into the chat and he has something to say. 9498, calling you on air.
Okay, Wiley, I am back. I think he was really pressed over the conversation you and I had about him, Tasha K, and her employee. I was really shocked when he called in. I was in the bed. I went up and got me some popcorn, literally, honey, and started eating. I'm really disappointed, though, Wiley. Why you didn't let him talk? Like, he could have ate you up. You could have ate him right back up because y'all very good with words. This is disappointing. I couldn't understand nothing you guys were saying because he came at you foul as heck and you matched his energy. But I was just like, dang, Wiley, let's see what he got to say. Like, let him go first because he want to come at fans. Like, oh, he really got to you, huh?
Well, for me,
because you're usually like really calm. I'm not throwing no shade, but usually you let the guest speak.
Well, he's not a guest. He's an unwanted guest. Because that's just like you going to somebody's house and you arguing. You can't tell that person how to keep their value and you in their house. You understand what I'm saying?
Facts.
And will I be allowed to call into his show? The answer to that question would be what?
Absolutely not. Heck no.
So I'm not going to give him the possibility of how to get his words out. No. The reason why he called in because he was blocked, because he was being disrespectful. And his
main... You know what's the crazy part, Wiley? He was mad at the fans. Out of all people, the fans.
So I had to take up for the fans because they the one that made me, the fans. And I can't allow someone be mad at the fans because they're calling in giving their opinion. That's a disservice to the fans because before I was coming to chat, guess who got my back? The producer, the fans, the subscribers. It's disrespectful to come at the fans because they're just giving their opinion. His fans talk about me. Have I ever called into his show being disrespectful? Have I ever went to his chat being disrespectful? So give me the same respect I give you. And he said, I'll give you $1,000. You don't use my name. No, keep your $1,000. You have to give me $300,000. Okay. For me to come to that deal, he talks about Tasha. He talks about her and get clicks and views.
And even keep her in his headline too, in the picture of her.
And that makes more money when he even bragged about, he said, I made a lot of money covering that lawsuit about Tasha K, dragging Tasha K. Even celebrities say, yeah, drag her. So give me that same respect. You and then you can't get mad when a YouTuber is using you for clicks and views. Just like Storm Monroe said, I know he's in the bushes watching, just like Storm Monroe said, I talked about you, Armon Wiggins, for clicks and views. He said that.
I think everybody does it. You guys talk about each other. And that's why you guys stay relevant to a certain extent because you guys keep each other updated. You guys keep each other relevant. I don't understand what was the issue. And he called in like he owned the channel, like it was his shadow.
Yeah, he tried to call in like he was his shadow.
You checked him so fast.
I had to check that because it's disrespectful to the audience. You know what I'm saying? People call in,
right.
And they're giving their opinion, and it's disrespectful to them because some of my fans and supporters are his fans and supporters. This is like you're dissing your own people. Because when I check the ratings and I check the analytics, most of my people watch his channel.
Because I watch both of you guys.
So
I watch Armon. He's hilarious too. But
right.
You're more tolerable. If you say something that Armon, like he's kicking you off immediately.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And so we make sure we get that point across. And he just calling. I think another reason why he's calling in is because the impact the Wiley Show is growing, and he does not like that the public is coming on the Wiley Show side and they're criticizing him. Because he doesn't like it.
Everything he said about you. God is blessing you in front of his face, and God said He'll bless you in front of your enemies. I think he's doing just that because. Just last month or a few months ago, he said you wouldn't have anything, your teeth yellow. He went in, and look at what's happening now. Like, you grew dramatically. Like, your numbers is up there. You know what I'm saying? You've been live for dang near 2 days now, and your numbers are still doing good,
Yes, and so that's how you do it. And for him, and for him, I'm sending a message that you can't, I don't want to think people think that it's okay just to disrespect me just because they can do it. I have to send a clear message that I would tolerate you, but I'm not going to keep letting you disrespect the supporters because that's where my base come from is the supporters. So he kept saying, well, you're a caller saying this. So what? If you put my name in the title and have a topic about me, guess what? 90% of those callers, they're going to say a lot of negative things about the Wiley Show.
But look how my radio do you, and look how you handle her callers when they be calling in, coming at you.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yes. So I know how to handle that. And I think that he gets mad when the narrative is not in his way. He had that same type of attitude like Tasha have, you know, when people.
But remember, I told you that it's just alike. That's why they don't like each other. I think they really do like each other, but they're more alike than they are unalike. Like they really are. If they teamed up together, they will be powerful.
Absolutely, because they have that same type of, you know, attitude. I've talked to them both privately, and they say to me, they say, "Oh, I don't like him. Oh, he's this and this. No, he's not like me." And blah blah blah. But they have the same. They have the same type of the same type of attitude. Because if you remember when Larry Reid, shout out to Larry Reid, somebody hashtag Larry Reid. When he went on Armon Wiggins' channel, he was getting Larry Reid together. Like, you see what Tasha K did? I never did that to you. And Tasha K, and you, because he tried to discourage Larry Reid for being friends with Tasha K.
Yeah, exactly.
So I watch.
He's a one-sided person.
I watch all that stuff.
And would you allow him to come on your channel to have one conversation?
Oh yeah, we have it set up, and we could have a conversation. I'm more than willing if he's willing. To do that. I'm more than willing. I'm not saying that we're not going to be able to have a conversation, but it's protocol. But just don't come in just being rah, bit disrespectful. Like no, I can't allow you to deal with this. I've allowed it for a while, but today I'm just not. I got time today to to stand up and say, oh no, because they ain't about to they ain't about to call.
He is fully awake.
Okay, they ain't about to call Wiley weak like they called Storm Monroe weak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and even then, I thought his interview with Storm was good. Oh, that's another thing, Wiley. Before I go, are you going to interview Storm? Like, are you going to ask him the questions that
I would love to interview?
Didn't cover? He did a good job. But are you going to really just stick to him?
I would love to interview Storm if he's willing to do it. Storm always comes to chat anytime. He's not blocked. He's always been respectful. And if Storm agreed to come on the channel, I would love to have him. Y'all tell him to come on to the Wiley Show.
That would be epic because he did really good on Armon's show, and I know he's gonna kill it on yours.
Yes.
But that was it, Wiley.
Thank you.
I'm glad you went hard. I was like, oh, that's that Detroit coming out of him. Let me say that.
Thank you so very much.
Right.
Thank you so very much for calling in. Thank you. Anonymous, you live on air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
I'm calling back. It's Mother Love. Well, I've just called, because I just look at you. Again, I care about you. I feel like a lot of the callers are flip-floppers because they go over there and watch him, and then they come over here and watch you, and they everywhere. I don't really tune in. I don't know the guy. I don't tune into a show, but I just wanted to say, I'm talking about Armon. I just wanted to say he was very wrong. Like you said, you don't come. That's like coming in someone's house and disrespecting them. And I'm proud of you because you handled it well because, he doesn't even allow you to come on his show. And so he coming on your show like that, you at least gave him the opportunity to talk, but he wanted to overtalk you in your house. So you did the right thing because if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. But a lot of these people are flip-floppers, and I know that's how the world is. I just can't get with that. They come on here, they talk about him, but yet they say they over there watching him. I can't get with people. They flip-floppers. They too flip-floppy. But I like you. I like your content. And that's why I have your back, and I'm going to have your back because of the fact that you are transparent when it comes to mental health, and you really help people. You help me and a lot of other callers, as they've said. But I just want to say he was wrong, and I'm not going to bash him and call him a bunch of names because that's only flaming the fire, and I don't want the repercussions coming on you because he's going to take it out on you, and I don't want that. He just needs, I'm not even going to talk at him because it's not my place, but like the other callers did, I'm just going to say he was wrong. And if he is listening, whichever he probably is, you don't come, you don't come in someone else's house and then being disrespectful and then hang up. Some people are childish and they're not ready, but you handled that well. And also I want to commend you for not siding, even though you give Tasha her flowers, but I commend you again for not siding with her when she's wrong, and she was wrong about the Storm Monroe thing. I mean, if he's gay or whatever, because it seems like this keeps coming up, then that's his business. But if the man is saying he's straight, then I feel like he's straight because most people nowadays, if they're gay, they're gonna say they're gay. What's the big deal? But you know, this stuff kind of stuff is just too petty and too much. But I want to commend you. You did try to you just stand up for what is right and what is wrong, and you don't seem to be a flip flopper. And because a lot of these people are, and a lot of them, you know, in the audience, in the comments, they were like, oh, let him talk for what? So y'all can get entertainment? No, I would do the same thing. He wouldn't even got a chance to talk on my show because you don't call my show and then think you're gonna, you know, say what you want to say. So you did the right thing. I just don't like all of this commotion. A lot of people live for it. I don't like it, but it is what it is, and he was wrong. I just want to say that. And just keep doing you, Wiley.
Thank you so very much.
I don't like it though.
Thank you so very much.
I don't like the flip floppers. You got the flip floppers. She talked about she's gonna eat her popcorn. I don't mean to talk about the callers, but people just.
But for me, because for me, I know people watch other shows. As a fan, you're gonna watch other shows because when I check my analytics and when I check my ratings, you can check all of that on YouTube. They show you the channels: Tasha K #1, Armon Wiggins #2, Lovely T. And other channels that's out there. So I know my audience watch him as well. That's why I never come at the audience. It's always me and him come at each other. He was upset because the callers were being critical of him. That's where they come from. But I have no control over what the callers say.
P-Mac, excuse me, Wiley. P-Mac, I said the callers are flip floppers, not him, P-Mac. Pay attention instead of flapping your gums in the comments. I usually don't even watch it. Pay attention. I said some of the callers are flip floppers, not him. That's not what I said.
Okay.
Pay attention, lady.
Hello. Thank you. I'm gonna go to
Wiley.
all right. Thank you. I'm gonna go to the next caller.
I couldn't do what you all do because people are too ignorant and they would really get on my nerves. So keep up the good work.
Thank you. I'm gonna go to the next caller. Thank you. Bye bye. All right. Well, we're gonna get to all the callers. I'm gonna extend the show for another 30 minutes. Anonymous, you live on air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Okay. I've been listening to everybody, and I don't think we necessarily flip-floppers. Like, we get something from all y'all.
Mm-hmm.
We watch, most of us that's been watching you for years, Wiley. We watch Tasha, we watch Armon, Storm, and now even Consciouz TV is falling in the lineup, and I like him too. But when it comes to certain things, like I think most of your loyal fans, they're gonna draw that line in the sand because they know the background with that. And yeah, this is all coming back up again, and I'm really starting to feel like they really are hating on you for everybody to be talking about how small Wiley is. Like, everybody is like really like throwing shade over here at Wiley, coming over here doing this. Like, Armon, I don't like that. And I like Armon, and I don't watch everything Armon does, but he talks about, you know, people throwing a rock and hiding their hand. He does that too. He did that with his little friend years ago against Wiley, and they had like this whole double teaming thing against you. And you know, for them to come back around with all of this again, and then they talk about people, oh, you know, they feel bad for this one with their mental health and stuff. Like, they do you so wrong, Wiley. But you know, that's one thing. You can go up, but karma gonna knock you back down just a couple of steps. You know, and Wiley, that's one thing I can say about you. You loyal. You talk about everybody. Yes, you do. But as far as like you dragging people like they do, you don't do that. And you don't team up with nobody else to drag another person down. That's what I love about you. And I think all of your loyal fans, all your fans, everybody who watches you, your personality shines through. You have such a honesty, loyalty about yourself. You're loved. And we, like I said, we love you for different, we all love y'all for different reasons. I like Armon, but I don't like Armon when we start disagreeing with him and then all of a sudden he want to kick you off. I don't like what they do to you. I like Tasha, but I feel like Tasha's just getting a little high on her horse, and this is the situation she's in now. But I love you, Wiley, and keep doing you, and keep moving up, and keep growing. And don't worry about what nobody said about you. You keep a smile on your face, and you keep doing what you're doing, because I'm telling you, God's going to take you there. You on your way. I've been watching you for years. You on your way, Wiley. You're gonna get there.
Thank you.
Love you, Wiley. Y'all
Thank
have
you.
a great night.
All right. Thank you
Bye-bye.
so very much. All right. We're gonna go to the next caller. 6404. 6404.
Hey, Wiley.
Hi, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hey, I just want to say, I called like maybe I think 2 nights ago, and like I said, Armon had just pissed me off so bad, just the little comments he made. But it's crazy because now looking at like how much you've grown, I see it, and then like you like, what is he like your subscribers just shot up just like crazy over the last few days, and that's why he's triggered. And so, like Beyonce said, what comes around goes around. So hey, like that's why you should always sit up there and not sit up there and put yourself on a higher pedestal than other ones and have like this negative thought space of everybody else. Because look how you've grown. I'm just proud of you, and I'm glad that you held your own when he came on here doing all that rah-rah stuff. I don't feel like you really needed to let him talk. It's your platform. Like you said, you don't come over here disrespecting me, but then you want to block me on your platform, and I can't say what I want to say. So that's just me just telling you, like, I'm just proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing, and I hope you surpass his subscribers.
And for me, it's like I was looking and I was really researching top YouTubers, and I'm looking at the top YouTubers. Not one African American are in the top bracket of YouTubers that make the most money. And so what I'm starting to notice that we should work together and all of that. But if you had 100,000, I can get 100,000. I can make my money, and you can make your money. I just think certain people believe that I just want to only be on top. No, it's room at the table for a lot of people to be on top. We should all be looking at why it's no African Americans on the list as top YouTubers making the top money. And so when I was really looking into that, I'm like, wow, let me switch up some things as well. But we all start out somewhere. When Wendy Williams started off, she was on her show. She was bringing a mess. She was bringing a drama. She tried to transition and went into television, right? So we all start off somewhere, but we all going to make it. I know I'm going to make it to that next level, and it's just going to happen, but it's going to happen on my time. You can't rush it. Some people will get to 100,000 in 2 weeks. Some it will take them 6 years, but the goal is to get there and to accomplish that. And when I went to Armon Wiggins, I remember his subscribers and some of his moderators, they were saying that they can't come over to the Wiley Show chat because if they're in the Wiley Show chat, they would get blocked. And I've never had that policy with my moderators, but I had moderators come into his chat and he would be disrespectful to them. He would degrade them, all because they are associated with the Wiley Show. Now, I've never done that to him. I've always had critical of him, but I never was going to be critical of his audience, of his moderators, because those are viewers. And I know, like anybody, that they're going to click on the Wiley Show. They're going to probably be in a quiet room watching Wiley, and they're going to be in a quiet room watching Armon Wiggins. So I understand that. Just like now, it's 800, almost 900 people watching, a couple of people in the chat. You don't know who's watching the show. And I know a good percentage of them watch me, and they watch Armon Wiggins.
Right. But see, that's the thing, though. Your mindset is different from his, and probably a few other YouTubers. You trying to find a way to, in a way, network and, try to get to the, like share. Try to share what you learned. Or I remember you saying too, like, it's nothing wrong with breaking off a little piece of what to help me climb. Like, we're supposed to be helping each other climb together. And you're right, because it's just like I've heard other Black YouTubers say, there's a lot of white YouTubers that, that's surpassing a lot of Black YouTubers. And it's crazy because a lot of those Black YouTubers have been on for years on, with their channels and their subscribers. And some of them just stay stuck at the same amount of people that they had for years. And it's just crazy that it seems like, I hate to say this, but it seems like it's always the Black YouTubers trying to overpower each other instead of like just trying to like work together and try to figure out what we can do to,
Absolutely.
Change that whole narrative. And I think the thing with you is you're neutral, and that's why a lot of people like watching you and like hearing you and just spending their time or dedicating their time to you and your channel. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I do. I prefer to listen to you over Armon. For one, I just don't like the comments that Armon makes about Black women, because I'm a Black woman myself, and it just pisses me off. But yet, in his subscribers, the majority of them are Black women, and I've seen in your comments he came on. A lot of them were like trying to like egg him on or just like beefing him up in the comments. It's like, y'all serious? Like, this man be sitting up here like just criticizing and just be degrading us multiple times, and y'all up here just like support him, but whatever. But my thing is, I'm gonna support you regardless. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be calling in more if I can, donations as far as like money or whatever you're doing. I'm gonna support.
Thank you.
So you have a good night and just keep shining and keep growing.
Thank you so very much. All right, the number is 646-716-8447. Call in. We have extended the show. Do not hang up. We want to make sure we get to everybody. Next caller, 2548. You're live on air.
Hey, Wiley, this is Zayden from Gagging with Jason Lee.
Okay, welcome.
Wiley, I cannot believe Armisha called in on your show to criticize you about how you're running your show. Let me tell you something, Wiley. Armon is a hypocrite. You literally sit there every day on your platform, Cardi B this, Tasha K this, Nicki Minaj this. But then when the producers have something to say on the Wiley Show, then you got a whole problem and issue. I don't watch Tasha K because I don't want to have to figure out which is a lie and which is don't. I don't watch Storm Monroe. I had to unsubscribe from Armon Wiggins because he's talking about, oh, I'm going to be a different person. I'm going to change my content, change my platform. But here you are doing the same thing, and then you're going to get mad at Wiley. Wiley, I am glad that you were able to hold your ground and not seem weak, because guess what? Armisha, with her little red suit, was spooked and nervous, calling on the Wiley Show to complain about the producers, the fans who watch the show. Don't be. And then this is my whole thing. He's a hypocrite. You want to sit here and say Wiley can't come on the Armon Wiggins show or the chat and say anything, but then you want to call on the Wiley Show to give your opinion about something that you don't have nothing,
90
about.
seconds.
So Wiley, I'm glad you stood up your ground. I'm glad that he knows that we're watching and we're talking about Armisha Wiggins, because guess what? He is losing. Kim Pyer, who's on YouTube, was literally at 100,000 subscribers 2 months ago. Now he's already at 161K. Armon Wiggins is still at 148K subscribers. One subscriber less from me because I could not deal with his lies and his narcissism. Wiley?
All right. Well, we thank you.
So
60 seconds.
That's what I have to say, Wiley.
Well, thank you.
I said what I said because I was on the Wiley Show.
Thank you so very much. Okay.
That's it, Wiley.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay. We wanted to make sure we get to everybody. And then I'll reboot the lines if we got any other callers for it. So I'm going to take these last three callers. 5626, caller, you're on the air. 5626, you're live on the air.
Hello?
I can, yes. You live on the Wiley Show. You live on the, okay, gotta let you go. You got stuff in the background. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Yes, hello, Wiley.
Yes.
First of all, I cannot believe that man calling your show, try to get you together and try to tell you what to do, how your people
10
talk.
seconds.
Armon Wiggins, we talk about you like how you talk about Nicki Minaj. See, that's what happens. See, Wiley, let me tell you something. Him and that Cardi B are a match made in heaven. They want everything to be about them. They want to sit here and be able to say what they want to say about other people, but when somebody else has something to say about them, they get offended. Armon Wiggins is just like Cardi B. They're so sensitive, Wiley. Every time somebody gives their opinion, you're not bashing him. You're just calling it like how it is. He wanted to throw up in your face that Tasha K was up on that other guy's channel. Like, Armon, who cares? Because it makes all y'all look fake. Wiley sitting here standing on his ground. He said what he said about you, Tasha K, Consciouz TV, Storm Monroe, and everybody. And guess what y'all can do about it? nothing. Y'all can't do nothing but talk about it. You up here talking about Wiley don't grow. He can't grow his channel with Armon Wiggins while you over here. And let's talk about numbers, Wiley, since he want to talk about numbers. He got over almost 150,000 subscribers. Only get 2,000 people in the chat. Wiley got 27 and get 1,000. So who audience is watching? Who? Your live viewers, Armon Wiggins, do not match your subscribers. So let's talk about that. Wiley got half of the live viewers that you got, and you got 100,000 more subscribers than him. So who's more relevant? Who's more popular up here on YouTube? So that's why y'all mad, because Wiley don't have to sit there and bow down. Y'all try to get him to be a mentee or whatever this foolery y'all got going on here. He don't need that, because he got real supporters, people who call in, give their opinion, listen to his news, and support him. Armon, all you want to do is just sit there and pit Nicki Minaj and Cardi B against each other. We're sick of it. We're sick of you coming at black women because you're a black man who don't like your black skin. Now let's sit here and talk about it. He has a complex disorder, Wiley. This man is a colorist. That's why him and Cardi B get along so good, because they have a problem with dark-skinned people. Armon Wiggins, I don't know when the last time you looked in the mirror, but let me tell you something. You are darker than Wiley, okay? So this, I'm lighter than you. I look better than you. Sir, please. Sir, please, because at the end of the day, you are black just like him. What you say about him is basically how you feel about yourself and about that Cardi B. If we really want to talk about it, Wiley, he really likes you, because we're not about to sit here and act like he was all up on Nicki Minaj until she blocked him. Now he all up on you until you block him. So he gonna go and support the next person, just like how he did with Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. Armon Wiggins, you're the fakest of the fake. So you sit up here and want to try to stun Wiley on his own show. Wiley, I'm so happy you stood your ground. You know, you're not from Florida, but you got a little bit of Florida inside you. I'm sick of these people sitting here thinking they can bully you and talk about you because how you look, your disability, your mental illness. Wiley, I mean, what does that say about you, Armon Wiggins, when you sitting up here talking about people who got disabilities? Because if we want to sit here and talk about it, we can call out your disabilities too, Armon. Because ain't nobody who confident in themselves is gonna go and get a whole dang on horse's mouth put in their mouth because they're confident. You up here think you a celebrity, you get mad because Wiley's talking about you. You want to be a celebrity? We making you a celebrity, Armon Wiggins. We're gonna put you in the title. As long as you keep putting Nicki Minaj in the title, we're gonna put you in the title. Wiley, who do he think he is? You sit there and you stand up for yourself, because at the end of the day, we coming behind you and we riding behind you. And that's all I got to say. Good night, Wiley.
All right, good night. Thank you so very much. Okay, Anonymous, you live on air. Anonymous, hello, Anonymous. All right, 5626.
Oh shit! Can you hear me?
Yes, 5626. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I was just I wanted to know, Wiley, I've been trying to talk to you for a second. So with the stuff with Storm, what he said about Tasha saying that Vaughn about that rape. And then with her saying about that molestation with Storm, why don't you believe that she would go that low?
Well, for me, Storm came out and Consciouz TV came out and confirmed it. I don't know if she said it or not, but I do know she said that Storm felt some type of way. She felt some type of way with Storm around her child, alluding to him, as a pedophile. So that's what I know for a fact. But I don't know if she put it out there on viral. I can't speak to that. That's something that Storm will have to bring up, and also Consciouz have to dive into. But both of them confirmed the rumor and the allegation.
Oh, my granddaughter's grabbing this. But like me, I have grandkids, and like I don't want anybody around. If you feel funny about somebody, you do not have them in your circle, period. So what I'm saying is like with what she said, what Storm said allegedly, what Storm said that she was going to do the Von Ray, and now what she's saying about Storm, it don't make sense. Now I actually started following you over Christmas with what was going on, but it was like Tasha, then Storm, and then you and Consciouz. But she gets a lot of low blows, and she is a narcissist. So I really think y'all should get away from her. And just, like, she's toxic. Like I say, call her toxic Tasha K. And that energy is bad. And then she was, like, my favorite at first. Now I'm like, And she's known to be a liar. Just protect your energy, okay?
All right. Thank you so very much for calling in. All right. I want to say something really quickly here. Natalie K said, thank you. Thanks for your attention. Okay, I hope that said it right. Thank you for the super chat. Also, I want to thank Dover Queen for becoming a member. Thank you all so very much. Don't forget, members only lives are going to be taking place when we're in Vegas. We're going to be in Vegas next weekend, so I'm looking forward to it. You can email us at Wiley Show at Wiley Show Productions at gmail.com. And also, too, we have a text list that you can subscribe to anytime that we go live. You can text Wiley to 888-534-4939. You can text Wiley to 888-534-4939. And anytime that we go live, whether it's Station Head or YouTube, we will send out the notification. So if you want to be notified when I go live, anytime that we're live, text Wiley to 888-534-4939. And it is free for you to do. All right. Also, too, if you have any topics on your favorite celebrities that you want me to cover, and you got some information or tea, you can email me at wileyshow@gmail.com, at wileyshow@gmail.com. It is free to do. Follow me on Twitter at Wiley Show. Follow me on Twitter at Wiley Show. You can also follow me on TikTok at Wiley Show. I do post clips of the show on our TikTok page. So we thank you, and greatly appreciate you all for that way. Thank you so very much. Also, too, I'm going to give a special shout out to all of the moderators for their support, for coming through. You know who you are. Shout out to you all for coming through and showing support. Love you dearly. Thank you all so very much. And I'm going to go ahead and work on this paper. Let me read your comments really, really quickly while we have yes. Are you going to post on IG story on Vegas meet and greet? Yes, I will. I don't know what people rock with Tasha so hard that way and stuff like that. Thank you all so very much. And if we go live on Station, I will hit the link for stuff like that. Thank you all so very much. We will see y'all later. Thank you so very much for the support. Shout out to all the moderators that's in the house. Love y'all dearly. And yeah, I will talk to y'all soon. Thank y'all so very much. See y'all soon. Peace. Oh, thumbs up, subscribe, thumbs up. We need y'all to thumbs up. Thank you so very much. And be on the lookout because we may go back live tonight. Peace.